Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul. In a family that specialized in brute force over the years, perhaps no one better personified this than Rodney Anawai, nephew to the Wild Samoans, better known to the WWE Universe as the mighty Yokozuna. The family's first world heavyweight champion, Yokozuna arrived to WWE in the fall of 1992. An imposing behemoth, to say the least, Yokozuna would make an immediate statement, winning the 1993 Royal Rumble just a few months after his debut. This victory would grant him a WWE Championship match at WrestleMania 9, where he took on Bret the Hitman Hart. This meteoric rise to the top was only a hint of the dominance Yokozuna would have on WWE for the next year. 2 WWE championships, a WWE Tag Team Championship, victory over the era's titans like Bret Hart, Undertaker, Lex Luger, and Hulk Hogan.
Yokozuna is my middle name. I'm named after my uncle. I carry it with like so much pride and weight on my shoulders just because of like what he's done for this business and like who he is as a person too. It's a cool middle name to have, man. I represent it with the pride, man, that I have. Hopefully, man, I'm making him proud by doing that.
The manner in which Yokozuna melded incredible size with unspeakable agility shocked the WWE Universe, who to that point were used to their monsters hitting hard but moving slow. Yokozuna broke the mold, punishing opponents with super kicks, uranagis, leg drops, and of course, his devastating banzai drop. A maneuver so effective that once it had connected, nobody kicked out of it. Nobody.
Rodney was a very unique talent. I think the way he was able to handle all the pressure, it was kind of parallel to how he was in the ring. For someone to be so big and to be so nimble, you just don't see that very often. Rodney was one of those first solo guys, singles competitor guys that was able to go out there and really just make waves, make a big splash. I mean, pun intended, I guess. That fool jumped in the pool, he'd knock out all the water, and that's the way it felt sometimes. He would go into those arenas and just suck in all the energy and be able to give it back. So when I look at Rodney, I see someone very similar to me, someone who understands the top, the very, very top of the game, the top position, and everything that goes along with it.
In a career filled with so many highlight reel moments, perhaps nothing stands out more than when Yokozuna faced and defeated the so-called immortal Hulk Hogan at the first King of the Ring event in 1993. Looking to humiliate Hogan after the Hulkster stole Yokozuna's WWE Championship only 2 minutes after Yokozuna defeated Bret Hart for the title months earlier at WrestleMania 9, Yokozuna entered the ring totally focused on the task at hand. And on that night, he not only got revenge, but his victory would send Hogan packing from WWE for nearly 9 years.
Hulk Hogan is finished.
Many felt that Yokozuna had indeed killed Hulkamania. Now, you get to possess the power of the mighty Yokozuna and deal out punishment to Hulk Hogan to walk out of the King of the Ring, a 2-time WWE champion. Showcase the ability and the agility that made Yokozuna a Hall of Fame performer and take Hulkamania down. Banzai.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an event of international magnitude. Photographers from around the world as they are documenting Yokozuna's every move.
Coming down.
Listen to this. What a phenomenal ovation for the WWE Champion.
His opponent coming down the aisle with his net.
You win this title, you are a top name.
Michael Cole emanating from King of the Ring 1993 alongside Corey Graves and Byron Saxton, where Yokozuna hopes to regain the WWE Championship he lost in record time to Hulk Hogan.
Both men coming in with so much to prove. Hogan wants to prove his controversial WrestleMania win was no fluke. And he's also promised to finally slam the 550-pound giant right through the ring.
Yokozuna wants to erase the memory of his initial title reign that lasted mere seconds. He knows that a fresh Yokozuna can beat a fresh Hulk Hogan. And tonight is the chance to prove it. Textbook scoop slam.
This is an event of international magnitude. Byron, photographers from around the world, including a large contingent from Japan, are documenting Yokozuna's every move.
A lot of pressure on the former champion. There is no way Mr. Fuji and Yokozuna can return to Japan and lose face.
And the Hulkster may have some self-imposed pressure. He not only wants to win, he stated that he wants to pick up the 550-pound Yokozuna and slam the giant's carcass through the ring.
We know the sold-out crowd here in Dayton is firmly behind the Hulkster. Hogan is relying... Oh, no. Bear hug applied. This is coming to the rescue here.
Down to Hogan and a double axe handle smash. You know, Hogan slimming down may have an adverse side effect. Yokozuna can wrench those holds in around the Hulkster's waist now.
Well, the waist and chest may be a little bit smaller, Corey, but you better believe that 24-inch pythons have not changed shape whatsoever.
And those pythons are primed to pick up the 550-pound monster and slam him through the mat. High level of offense on display from Yokozuna.
Yokozuna making Hogan regret wanting this match. I love it.
And he gets sent back into the ring. Yoko now, belly-to-belly slam.
That's got to be the end of Hulkamania.
Jimmy Hart trying to rally. And a kick out by Hogan with authority.
Hulk Hogan's not done yet. Hulk Hogan is coming alive.
Yokozuna back to his feet. Big chop to Hogan. And Hogan's starting to hulk up here.
How many times have we seen this over the years?
These massive strikes from Yokozuna having absolutely no effect on Hogan.
Hogan fired up. Hogan's ready to go.
Hogan feeding off the energy of all the Hulkamaniacs.
And here comes Hulk. And Yokozuna being backed up to the ropes. Big boot.
I can't believe Yokozuna's still standing.
Hogan continuing to pour on the offense. A second big boot, but Yoko still on his feet.
Don't let up, Hulkster. Keep swinging, keep firing away.
That boot, Yoko staggering, stunning, and he's down.
Drop the leg, Hogan. Drop the leg.
Hogan, leg drop. Here's the cover on Yoko, who kicked out of the leg drop.
What? Get Mr. Fuji out of there. Hogan feeding off the energy. Wait a minute. What is that photographer doing on the apron?
There's a match going on. What the heck?
What was that?
What in the world just happened here?
Hooked up, driven down.
Now a big swing of momentum against Hogan.
Yokozuna taking the fight to Hulk Hogan. The Hulkster's rocked.
The big leg drop by Yoko.
Going right into the pin attempt.
2.
Not sure what the plan is here.
He's not ready for this to end. Yoko says this one's over.
Bonsai drop. The challenger might have what it takes to win this.
2. Why on earth would he give up the pin?
He's got bad intentions.
Just a relentless assault from Yokozuna.
Hulkster's in a disheartening position.
Flapjack. Here we go for the championship.
He's already done so much damage. What else could he want to do?
Sent into the corner.
Yokozuna with a massively jarring headbutt. But it appears Yokozuna with more destruction on the mind from the middle rope.
Bonsai drop. We might see a new champion crowned.
There's 2. We almost had a new champion.
We knew it was not going to be an easy task to put the champion away, and that's being
more like the champions proving that sooner perish than lose their title.
And absolutely no idea how that didn't work out in Yokozuna's favor. He's shocked too. Kick it out before the count.
Somehow still has the energy for a quick kick out.
targeting the chest. Very effective.
No mercy being shown to Hogan here.
Yeah, Yokozuna is executing his game plan. And Yokozuna is revving this crowd up.
Gosh, landing face first.
Ripping at the eyes.
Back suplex, no! Driven down. Oh! Connecting with a sharp elbow. Has him set up in the corner of the ring. Dragging his opponent out of the corner and a thunderous headbutt from Yoko.
It is only going to get worse for the opponent of Yokozuna. From the middle rope.
Bonsai! It just got as bad as it could for the champ. 2! And Yokozuna is once again champion.
I can't believe it.
The winner of this bout, and new WWE Champion, Yokozuna.
We have the official word. Yokozuna is indeed the new WWE Champion. We may have just witnessed the end of Hulkamania, gentlemen.
There's no may about it, Cole. Yokozuna just conquered Hogan, and every newspaper in Japan is going to be filled with pictures of our new WWE Champion.
Here in the heartland of America, the heart of Hulkamania has just stopped beating.
Our next chapter sees the showcase spotlight shine on an area in which the family built their legacy: tag team wrestling. Starting with the Wild Samoans, Afa and Sika, all the way through to more recent champions like the Usos or Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. This dynasty has always excelled in tag team competition, consistently showing an ability to dominate the division with a wide variety of looks. And the first team that we will look at, accompanied to the ring by Afa himself.
Fatu and Samu, the Head Shrinkers.
They put the fear in people's hearts. That's what the Head Shrinkers did back in the day. Second to none in that ring. You know, hard-nosed, battle-tested. They went for it every single night.
More astute fans may also know that early in their journeys, Samu and Fatu were managed by me, Paul Heyman, then known as Paul E. Dangerously, and the SST, the Samoan SWAT team.
The Samoan SWAT team is here. Vengeance is mine.
already an imposing force that early on, their future greatness was obvious to so many industry experts. Alpha, more than anybody, knew he had the team on his hands, with Samu being his son and Fatu his nephew. The tribal elder was able to mentor both, instilling in them the same unrelenting approach to competition that made the wild Samoans world famous. The team toured through regional promotions before a quick stop with me in WCW, but WWE was always their goal. Upon arrival, it was clear that the dynasty's next generation had indeed arrived, immediately drawing comparisons to their world-renowned predecessors. 10 years before it became cool to say, Samu and Fatu displayed ruthless aggression in the ring, overwhelming opponents before the bell and continuing the non-stop attack until their hands were raised in victory. Deceptively agile for men of their size, they brutalized the opposition with devastating dives from the top rope. The duo would eventually go on to capture the WWE Tag Team Championships in the spring of 1994, fulfilling the promise and carrying the legacy to even greater heights. At WrestleMania 9, the Head Shrinkers' one and only in-ring WrestleMania appearance saw them taking on Rick and Scott, the Steiner brothers.
Be prepared, Steiner brothers. We're gonna give you a pain that you have never felt before.
While I'm not one to make excuses, I am one to give opportunities to you, our expert gaming member of the WWE Universe. And so, today, you have the opportunity to make things right. WrestleMania 9, Las Vegas, Nevada. The Steiners performed at a near-perfect level that day, able to find every reversal and in the chaos emerge victorious. We are asking you to fix that, stop them in their tracks, and get the Head Shrinkers that WrestleMania victory you and I both know they deserve. But if you're not careful, you're going to find yourself reliving the very same memories that have haunted Samu and Fatu for years. Steiner lines, suplexes, Frankensteiners that will all bring your evening to a vicious, miserable end.
One of the toughest teams in WWE history.
Nearly 600 pounds of pure savagery.
Is a tag team match set for one fall. On the way to the ring, accompanied by Alpha at a combined weight of 565 pounds. Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers.
Fair warning, this one may not be too pretty, guys.
You talk about rugged individuals. These are two tag teams that can really bring the fight to anyone that steps in their path.
Yeah, there is about to be a seismic collision in the ring.
This match means so much to the Steiners and to the Head Shrinkers.
Well, the whole world is focusing on WrestleMania 9, and the last thing you want to do is come up on the short end.
Pride is on the line, and as is a stake to the claim of being the toughest team in all of WWE.
The Steiner brothers getting a tremendous ovation here in their first WrestleMania, and we'll see if they can carry on Michigan's winning ways.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 531 pounds, Rick and Scott, the
The Steiner brothers are one of the most promising tag teams we've ever seen in WWE.
But Samu and Fatu are looking to stomp out any of that promise right here at WrestleMania.
Let me warn the WWE Universe right now. This is going to be a brutal match. Just two heavy-hitting tag teams going at it. Physical, smash-mouth wrestling. And like Saxton said, it won't be pretty at all.
Big fight feel in Las Vegas as gladiators face off here at WrestleMania 9.
And we are watching four men who have been right at home inside of a Roman Coliseum. The Head Shrinkers and the Steiners are ready for a true battle.
Both teams are relatively new to WWE, but we've seen that each duo is not afraid to get physical. Each side is looking for their first WrestleMania win, and they will do anything to earn it.
Samu and Fatu, already some success in the tag division tonight. Could really be their coming out party.
Well, they certainly have a tradition to uphold, Cole. The man in their corner, Alpha, has held the WWE tag titles on 3 occasions. And he's primed to bring the Head Shrinkers to the top as well.
Then a knee right to the throat.
That was showing great awareness of positioning, placing yourself between the ref and your opponent.
I've seen Samu and Fatu headbutt each other during matches. If they do that to their own flesh and blood, who knows what they'll do to the Steiners?
It's just a byproduct of the brutal take-no-prisoners offense of the Head Shrinkers, Byron. These guys will bite, scratch, and claw their way to a win. Rulebook be damned.
And with Rick and Scott coming from an amateur collegiate background, they might be a bit more hesitant to bend the rules. Hopefully the Steiners can adapt, and fast. Closed fist connects. The Head Shrinkers accompanied at ringside by Alpha. He's not the only tag team legend serving in a managerial role tonight.
That's right, Michael. Just like Alpha, Mr. Fuji earned many WWE tag titles as a wrestler. But now, he's hoping to lead Yokozuna to the WWE Championship.
And looking at all the top young talent in this ring, I see many other main event stars of the future that could follow the lineage of Yoko.
Getting him right into the corner. Looking to put an end to this. Snap! Pile driver.
I am not exaggerating when I say careers have been ended by less.
Planted with a wicked DDT. Great counter. WrestleMania 9 shaping up to be a big night in the tag division, guys.
Indeed it is, Michael. Two great young teams competing now.
Schoolboy line to put this one away.
And a kick out.
Not getting a 2 count at this point has to be frustrating.
Oh, an overhand punch. Vicious headbutt. Rolling knee. Clothesline. So effective.
Draped across the top rope.
Clubbing forearm. Before this match began, you heard the Steiners speak backstage. Scott saying, quote, "Me and my brother are going to go out with a game plan and do what we do best, and that's wrestle."
That's all well and good for the Steiner brothers, but Alpha has gone on record saying that his men are looking to tear Rick and Scott's heads off.
So splash! Up on their shoulders. Down in a hurry.
Taking out the knee.
And there goes Steiner sent outside the ring.
Fatu like a one-man wrecking machine right now, cleaning house.
Oh, look at this, the power by Scott Steiner.
But the tag was made and Scott not aware.
Big kick.
Scott Steiner did not see the blind tag made by Samu.
Oh, this is not looking good for Steiner.
And this is what the head shrinkers do. Top-tier tag team wrestling. Steiner didn't see the tag, decided to hot dog around, and got a foot in the face for it.
And we are really seeing the amazing skill sets of all four men in this tag team showcase.
Well, we already knew about the brawling of the head shrinkers and the grappling of the Steiners, but men as big as these four behemoths should not be able to fly around the... From the top!
Diving headbutt!
Directly into the cover.
The damage is done.
Kicks out. He still has life.
How? Wicked roundhouse kick.
Nice takedown. Stacked him up. Instantly, he has his shoulders up.
Shrugging off the pin like it's nothing, and after this match is already gone for so long. Oh, man, he is fired up now.
Unloading with a belly to back.
As we find ourselves surrounded by all this pageantry, do you think either of these teams is feeling the pressure of their first WrestleMania?
I can tell you that Samuel and Fatu truly did not care. Alpha has turned these men into brutal fighters who simply want to destroy their opponents no matter...
Tag. Double team coming.
Driven down face first.
And the head shrinkers just might have it. In the corner, has to find a way out of there. Tagged in here.
Just like that, Rick finds a counter.
Oh, good night. Sorry.
And Samu's composure being shaken with that attack.
Here's the tag. Tandem offense on the horizon here. They have their opponent driven down face first.
That's it. No way the Steiners come back now.
And now going for the victory.
Is this it?
And the head shrinkers get the win.
Here are your winners, Samu and Fatu, the Head Shrinkers.
And what a huge win for the head shrinkers tonight.
Samu and Fatu making their family proud and proving themselves as top contenders in the tag division.
Hey, let's put this in the simplest of all terms. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the biggest celebrity on the face of the planet today. Now, whether he's a blue chipper, the people's champion, or as we know him right now, the final boss, The Rock has always commanded all of the attention in the arena since the very first moment he made his WWE debut at the 1996 Survivor Series. Born into this business, The Rock would become WWE's first ever third-generation superstar, following in the footsteps of his father and grandfather. Who had competed in WWE rings before him.
Dwayne, you had the huge responsibility. There's a legacy, and you have to take it so seriously.
Even with incredibly high expectations, the Great One surpassed them all, along with the usual achievements if your name is The Rock. 2 Intercontinental Championships, 5 Tag Team Championships, 8 WWE Heavyweight Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, not even to forget the fact that The Rock once led an entire nation. The Rock has one of the more noteworthy feats in WWE history, earning WrestleMania victories over Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and John Cena. Each of these men are known as the faces of their respective era. Each of these men found out what happens when you go 1-on-1. Oh, you know the rest. Of course, The Rock rivaled Stone Cold Steve Austin's popularity during the vaunted Attitude Era, tearing opponents down with rock bottoms and people's elbows while tearing them apart on the mic with cutting one-liners and catchphrases that are still recited to this day.
If you smell, know your role and shut your mouth.
He ended CM Punk's 434-day title reign as WWE Champion at the 2013 Royal Rumble as well, after having only competed twice over the previous 9 years, displaying the always ready mentality and physical conditioning on which he has built his global brand. But you don't need me to rattle off The Rock's resume to you, now do you? Of course not. The man is an occasion unto himself. He has headlined the biggest events against WWE's most iconic superstars and has always found a way to, how does he put it? Layeth the smackdown on some jabroni's candy ass. I couldn't have said it better myself, although I think I may have just done that. But indeed, he has. On a Thursday night in February of 1997, The Rock, still known as Rocky Maivia, would find himself challenging for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Only a few months into his tenure, he would be matched up against a face that would ultimately become one of his most familiar and hated rivals, Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Seemingly overmatched by a more seasoned opponent, a youthful Rock would demonstrate all the traits that have come to define him in the years since. Tenacity, high IQ, and that legendary Samoan strength to ultimately surprise Helmsley and kick off the first championship reign for Rocky Maivia. It would be the first step of a journey that has ultimately led The Rock into the pantheon of WWE's elite. So now it's all in your hands. It's up to you to showcase the undying drive that makes The Rock the hardest worker in the room to deliver a shocking upset against the Greenwich snob himself. Guide The Rock to victory over Triple H at a very special Thursday, Raw Thursday, to give the first jolts to what would become the most electrifying career in sports entertainment.
And here comes the #1 contender, at least for tonight, Rocky Maivia.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Making his way to the ring is the challenger from the South Pacific, weighing in at 275 pounds, Rocky Maivia.
A blue chip.
On his way to defend the Intercontinental Championship, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
His opponent from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 246 pounds, the WWE Intercontinental Champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
You can see it in the eyes of each individual. Oh.
The Intercontinental Championship is on the line here between two superstars who don't have anything nice to say about one another. The challenger, Rocky Maivia, and our current champion, Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Well, Helmsley is our champion for a reason. He's a cut above the rest, a higher class of in-ring competitor. This Rocky Maivia guy should... Up high, all the way to the outside. I can't believe what we just saw. I can't believe that didn't miss. Lift off.
Taking a flight to nowhere.
A terribly risky move, and it did not pay off.
Icarus could have done it better.
And conspicuous by his absence is the butler of Hunter Hearst Helmsley, who has been intervening in matches as of late. Who knows if he might show up?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just another thing Maivia needs to worry about.
Rocky has bigger problems in the ring, gentlemen. Biggest match he's ever had. Live, worldwide television. He's got to have a stomach full of butterflies.
Vintage move here. The Cobra Clutch. And he decides to let his opponent out of the hold.
Might have felt like he was losing a grip and didn't want the opposition to counter out of the submission. If Rocky Maivia is going to take down the more polished and experienced Hunter Hearst Helmsley, he's going to have to do it with unrelenting energy. Rocky has to keep coming at the champion with big attacks until Helmsley collapses under the onslaught.
It's a bold strategy that will take everything the young Maivia's got, but you're right. It could be his best path to his first championship win.
No! What a Uranagi!
Deeper into this match now, and I think it's Helmsley who's reaching peak frustration.
To the sky!
The splash connects!
Maivia dishing it out now.
Maivia keeps bringing the energy, and Helmsley has no answer. Maivia took to the sky and executed that high risk perfectly. I don't think Helmsley had that scouted at all.
There's some power behind that punch.
And give credit where it's due. Rocky Maivia is leaving nothing in the ring in pursuit of the Intercontinental Championship. And we just saw a flurry of strikes here.
Up and down into the shoulder.
Wow, that hurt. Are we headed toward the title change?
Hunter whipped into the corner. Nobody home. Rocky hit hard. And now Hunter looks to take over this match.
Helmsley muscling Maivia up to the top turnbuckle and a big right hand.
Helmsley with something big in mind here for his challenger tonight.
Well, this is just blatant disrespect from the arrogant champion.
Almost daring Rocky. Hey, you really want my title? You really think you're going to be Intercontinental Champion?
Up to the top. Hooking Rocky into a superplex. This could be it. Can Hunter capitalize? This could be it. Hook of the leg and a cover, and Rocky stays in it, getting his shoulder up.
Still not enough to put out the flame of Rocky Maivia.
Hunter has to be asking himself, what else do I have in my arsenal? And I think we may get our answer, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time, I believe, before this one's over. Hunter hooking Rocky, taking his time, looking to put him away.
Maivia just collapsed.
This just shows you how much damage Hunter Hearst Helmsley has inflicted on the challenger in this matchup.
I think Maivia's done. Official might want to step in, call this one.
The official checking on Rocky. Hunter Hearst Helmsley believes this is close to being over. Lifting him back up again. Rocky rolls through. Shoulders down. Rocky wins the title.
Rocky Maivia has shocked Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Here is your winner and the new Intercontinental Champion, Rocky Maivia.
We have a new Intercontinental Champion.
In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss. There wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anoa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Steele had better keep an eye on Maivia, because Maivia is a true brawler.
Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside of...
Steel cage match underway. Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steele. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George Steele have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steele is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more opposing styles.
You set.
Double leg takedown, got the shoulders down.
Reverses the pin, shoulders down.
He clearly wants to dish out more punishment. Oh my goodness.
Just punishing their opponent.
Peter Maivia, very tough, but he also has movie star good looks.
He's got him in trouble up on the top rope.
Oh! Arm drag. Peter Maivia now with the upper hand.
And you can see Steel is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief.
And Steel is one step quicker. Brutal boot. Ouch. Oh, man.
That unraveled on George. Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steel as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steel is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
And stays one step ahead.
Oh, God.
We've seen that Steel isn't above using a foreign object to gain the edge against Maivia. So he's got to have the advantage in a match where they're surrounded by one huge weapon, right?
But you'd think that haymaker after haymaker.
Ooh. Two Titans trading strikes and refusing to back down. So much pride, so much resiliency on display.
You can feel the contact, and so does the WWE Universe.
Two fighters putting their haymakers on autopilot right now. They are emptying their tanks, going back and forth like this.
And would you look at that? He's been busted wide open.
This is not good. Maivia just dominated the animal with that one.
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash! And here he goes, ascending up the steel cage.
From the heavens, big-time splash.
Taking a chance one more time and landing with incredible...
Oh, man, this could really come back to bite him in the end. Measured up nicely.
Fist drop!
Uh-oh.
He's able to reverse it.
Crucial turnaround there because George was falling behind.
But George has to push now while the window's open. Oh, kick to the face.
Turns it around.
Ooh.
Maivia looking at it all here. I guess it was time to switch gears.
What is he doing?
Hold on, is he thinking of a submission here? A stump puller. Perfectly executed submission hold. Lock.
And he breaks his own submission.
Maybe his plan was just to soften his opponent with that hold.
George the Animal Steel might from the middle rope. Oh, what a splash!
Oh, gosh. Oh, headbutt. Head being targeted again, it seems.
Oh, could this be it?
Just breaking down the opponent.
Is it enough? Is it enough for Peter Maivia?
Maivia overwhelming his opponent here.
Yeah, and Maivia has really figured the animal out here. Delivers the snapmare.
Fist drop! Ah, look at this, just cranking it out. Cranking the head.
The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steel to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia is prepared, all right. The man is extremely tough and agile. In fact, the High Chief's entire body can be considered a weapon. What's he doing? He had this match in the bag.
From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash! And now he sees control for the moment.
Can Steel recover from this adversity?
Oh, man!
And straight into the pin attempt.
There's
Oh, come on. Did he really need to stop the pin like this? Once more, setting it up. Backbreaker. And George is laid out. He avoids the contact. Trying to go for it again. So much damage inflicted. Hits it again, and no way this goes any longer.
Taking it nice and steady, trying to make it to the top.
Having a seat at the very top of the steel cage. And he's straddling the top of the cage, just feet away from making it to the outside.
It's not over yet.
It took all he had to get up there, guys. He might be gassed.
And the High Chief defeats the Animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one.
She's not like most girls. She's also not like most WWE superstars. Nia Jax, the reigning queen of the ring, is a reckoning, a force of nature that blitzes right through her competition. A cousin of The Rock, Nia Jax arrived in NXT almost 10 years ago with astronomical expectations. Undaunted, Nia Jax would dominate early opponents, finding herself competing for the NXT Women's Championship mere months after her debut. It did not take long for those running Raw and SmackDown to take notice.
Well, our next pick, Nia Jax.
And Nia Jax would join the Raw roster as part of the 2016 draft lottery. And since joining the main roster, absolutely no one has been safe from Nia Jax. She is a two-time women's champion. She is a two-time women's tag team champion. She competed in the men's Royal Rumble match in 2019, even getting an elimination while in the ring.
Nia Jax looking to eliminate. She does.
She's battled standouts like Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. And all the while, she has left undeniable destruction in her wake. In the ring, she applies many of the same tactics that once benefited Yokozuna, even using her own version of the Banzai Drop, known as the Annihilator. And just like its namesake, if it connects, your night is over. And Nia Jax remains driven for even more success, jumping at any opportunity to prove her dominance. This last year, that included entering into the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament after earning victories over Naomi, Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair. Nia Jax would fight her way into the finals, taking on former NXT Women's Champion Lyra Valkyria. Valkyria built a lot of momentum, defeating Dakota Kai, Zoe Stark, and Io Sky to punch her ticket into the final at the Queen and King of the Ring. With an obvious game plan, Lyra would look to stick and move, avoiding the colossal attacks of her opponent. Unfortunately, as often happens when competing against Nia Jax, Lyra made one miscalculation, and that error in judgment provided Nia Jax with the opening she needed to annihilate her competition. This is your opportunity to crown the first queen in Bloodline history. Make Lyra suffer. Make her regret ever entering your ring. Showcase the otherworldly power that forces an entire roster to cower in your presence. Because when you're an irresistible force like Nia Jax, resistance is futile.
And now a dark horse will face an unforgiving titan in hopes to don the crown. Lyra Valkyria versus Nia Jax in the Queen of the Ring Finals. Lyra Valkyria fancies herself a Morgan, which is an Irish goddess of war. As they were on the battlefield, they used to take the shape of ravens to fly around and decide who would live and who would die. That is what Lyra Valkyria. And there will be a coronation take. And Nia now misses wildly. Lyra goes up over the top. Nia's got it caught, though.
Lyra trying to rely on her technique to bring down the irresistible force, but having no luck at the moment.
I'm not sure this is going to work either.
Jax just entirely too strong, but whoa!
That was interesting.
Oh, nice athleticism by Valkyria. Even Jax might be a little impressed.
I wouldn't go that far, Saxton. Here comes Nia, just imposing her will on Lyra Valkyria.
Again, Lyra showing how resourceful she is, applying the sleeper to Nia Jax. Lyra tried to hold on.
And now Nia Jax in control, and she's going to look to put Lyra away. Nobody home! Set outside the ring, and Valkyria's got a chance.
Huge window of opportunity. Right now for Lyra Valkyria to strike. Lyra may actually pull this off. Lyra may become queen. Lyra has the advantage. She has Nia reeling.
But Lyra can't win Queen of the Ring with Jax on the outside. This match has to end in the ring.
Sliding in under the rope. She's back in the ring.
On the apron.
She's launched out of the ring. She's out of the ring. The referee's count will begin soon.
Oh, man.
Lyra Valkyria, one of the best technical wrestlers in NXT Women's Division history.
But the game is about so much more than technique. It's about experience and timing, knowing when to tap into certain parts of your psyche. Nia knows this, and we've seen it for years.
The big question is, does Lyra?
Nia Jax, Lyra Valkyria facing off in the finals of the 2024 Queen of the Ring tournament. Who will take home the crown?
Oh, the ref getting in the middle of it. Oh, ricocheting off the turnbuckles.
Just ejected from the ring.
Here we go. Senton from the apron.
Nia doing exactly what she set out to do, keeping Valkyria grounded.
Now Jax needs to stay the course, and the crown will be hers.
Corey, what do you think is going to be the key in this match for Nia Jax? She certainly made plenty of promises when it comes to being Queen of the Ring.
What Nia brings to the dance, Cole, is raw power, the likes of which you rarely see from most men, let alone women. Nia has absolutely no problem using that power, and the same goes for her throwing her weight around in the ring. Lyra Valkyria might just learn that the hard way tonight.
In just a matter of minutes, we'll have our second Queen of the Ring. The first, of course, being Zelina Vega.
Well, you've got to believe that Zelina will want a shot at whichever woman wins this. She beat the woman now known as Piper Niven that night, so you know Queen Zelina can strike down an enemy of any size.
Placing her against the turnbuckle. Oh. And Lyra is brought to a disadvantage now.
And the irresistible force is really keeping Valkyria grounded here.
And at this point, Nia just punishing Lyra.
This is exactly the pace the irresistible force likes.
Valkyria retaliates.
Lyra managing to find some of that needed breathing room.
The U-turn Valkyria needed in this match could have been that right there. Oh, my Lord!
There's so many moves at Nia's disposal that she can end this match with. For Lyra, not nearly as much.
Yeah, I can't imagine it'll be easy for Valkyria to pick up Nia Jax and drop her with the Nightwing.
Please, let's call the move by its real name. It's a Samoan driver. You think Nia Jax doesn't have the Samoan driver scouted?
Brought back into the ring from the floor now.
Valkyria crushed in the corner by Jax.
Squashing Lyra in the corner, and the beginning of the end may be near. And Nia now, with Lyra on her back, going to climb up to the second rope.
This is a scary situation for Lyra. Oh, look at this. Maybe not.
No way. There's no way.
Oh, my.
Oh, no. Good night, Annihilator.
Here is your winner and the new Queen of the Ring, Nia Jax.
What a victory to the brand new Queen of the Ring.
Nia said she would do it, and she backed up her claims.
And now the Chief Content Officer of WWE and Triple H going to come in to congratulate Nia Jax, officially crown her the Queen of the Ring.
Absolute dominance by the new Queen.
I'm sure you will agree with your wise man. Many WWE superstars say they will do whatever it takes in order to achieve success. Quite often, it's a bunch of BS. But if you're lucky, you may run into someone who is willing to look out for the group. Someone willing to make sacrifices. And for this family, there was no one better than Rikishi. After the Head Shrinkers run in WWE came to an end, Rikishi, then known as Fatu, would go on a journey of self-discovery. This journey would lead to him taking on the name Rikishi, a subtle nod to his cousin Yokozuna, as well as an opportunity to start fresh with a global audience.
Well, my dad, when he became the Rikishi character, when you think about Samoan wrestlers, right, or mean, or aggressive, he made it like his own flavor, right? He had the blonde hair, still carried the aggressiveness, but I think he just wanted to add like a little flavor to it. It became even more popular to our culture.
Rikishi blitzed WWE from the jump, devastating opponents with new tricks and winning people over with his fat-ass dance moves.
That Rikishi is fat, all right. P-H-A-T.
And with this wave of newfound momentum came even more success, with Rikishi capturing the WWE Intercontinental Championship and displaying incredible athleticism in iconic moments like when he dove off the top of the steel cage. The year 2000 belonged to Rikishi. But little did anyone know, Rikishi held a dark secret regarding a decision he'd made not for his own benefit, but for the benefit of the family. It was at the 1999 Survivor Series that Stone Cold Steve Austin was hit by a car in the arena parking lot, forcing him from the main event later that night for the WWE Championship. For nearly a year, all of WWE was consumed with figuring out who was driving that damn car and why Austin was targeted in the first place. The verdict came in. The car was driven by Rikishi. Rikishi would stand strong.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I didn't do it for me. I did it for The Rock.
What?
Rikishi would lay out a years-long gripe that WWE preferred Steve Austin to The Rock And so Rikishi had made sure that The Rock's only competition had been removed from the picture. Rikishi sacrificed his own popularity to reach this goal. The Rock thrived while Austin was on the shelf. For Rikishi, the struggle and fall was all worth it. Rikishi knew that he would eventually have to face off with the Texas Rattlesnake to answer for his sins, and he welcomed that meeting with open arms. What Rikishi was unprepared for was for WWE to stack the deck entirely, looking to make Rikishi pay for taking out their golden goose. Stone Cold Steve Austin was allowed to drive his truck directly to the ring and was generally given the freedom to do whatever the hell he wanted in the name of revenge. We are going to make things right. This time, when Rikishi and Stone Cold Steve Austin lock horns, there will be no stacking of the deck. Someone willing to give of himself so that his family, this family, can succeed, deserves better. So get in there and showcase the never say die spirit that has led this family to victory time and time and time and time and time and time again. Use whatever weapon you can get your hands on and prove to Stone Cold Steve Austin that you will do anything for the people.
Is it legal to not show up? Rikishi has brutalized Austin lately.
Austin will be here, Byron. I just refuse to think anything else.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. That is a no-holds-barred match. Introducing first.
Is he here?
Well, there's the Rattlesnake's music.
He's here. Austin's here. Stone Cold Steve Austin. We now know the sick, demented side of Rikishi. Rikishi almost cost Austin his life. Instead, he's here tonight to finish the job.
Listen, Rikishi has seen members of his family be skipped over while other superstars skyrocketed to up at the top. Good Lord, taking flight.
They got all of that, just taking flight and soaring through the sky. Steps right into them.
Clothesline.
What impact.
And looking at my monitor, it just makes me sick to my stomach watching Rikishi. This is a man who has no remorse and feels justified for running Austin down like a dog.
Look, to be devil's advocate, you've got to look at Rikishi's perspective. He's proud of his Samoan lineage and saw an opportunity to give his people a leg up in the Shark Tank that is WWE.
Oh, are you serious, Corey? Rikishi went up for another human being. We're fortunate that it only put Austin on the show for 10 months instead of his whole life. It's sick that you would even condone what Rikishi did.
Don't twist my words, Saxton. I'm not saying I condone Rikishi's action. I'm just saying I understand them.
Corey, this situation is so far beyond rational thinking. It's so personal. What does Stone Cold have to do in this one to leave here victorious against Rikishi?
I don't know if you can tell someone who almost lost their life at the hands of their opponent to think rationally. Austin has rage, and win or lose, he's going to unleash it all on Rikishi. Austin and Rikishi trading heavy artillery on the outside, and here comes the Rattlesnake.
Stone Cold Steve Austin fired up and revenge on his mind.
You got to think about how bad Austin has wanted this ever since Survivor Series last year. Been dying to get his hands on Rikishi.
All of that venom, all of the vitriol inside of Austin being unleashed on Rikishi right now.
Remember, this is no holds barred. Anything goes.
Austin has Rikishi down. The rattlesnake is red hot. And do you hear this capacity crowd? They want more from Stone Cold. All that he wants to see Rikishi get beaten down like a pile of human filth.
Ooh, point of the elbow counters that. There's been a lot of vitriol coming from fans towards Rikishi these past few weeks. And this Albany crowd is continuing that pattern of disdain.
You think Rikishi cares about the fans, though? No, not at all. He truly believes he's done something for his family, for his people. His family's respect is the only respect he's desperate for. Now bringing the fight back into the ring. Taking this thing out onto the floor now.
Austin getting in his opponent's face. I don't think the censors would like the venom that's coming out of the rattlesnake's mouth right now. Oh!
And we know how despicable Rikishi has been, but to throw vinegar on the rattlesnake's nest, Rikishi goes and destroys Austin's truck with a sledgehammer.
Hell has no fury like a man who has his car tampered with. It's just extra motivation for every fist Austin lands in this fight. Power slam.
For comfort here.
And Rikishi slows Austin down with a thunderous right.
Austin's in trouble. And now steel chair. Oh, and Austin, he just averted disaster there.
And now Austin gonna deliver the punishment with the steel chair.
A relentless Texas rattlesnake beating the brakes off of Rikishi with a steel chair.
And again, thunderous blows by Austin. Down goes Rikishi. Austin beating the hell out of him.
I know Austin has good reason to be doing all this, but he could be taking it too far at this point.
I don't think the rattlesnake is taking it far enough, Corey. Austin wants to put Rikishi's life in danger, just like Rikishi did to him. Whip back into the ring.
Tagged with a punch.
These two going strike for strike, it seems.
The fighting's on, and it's furious.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
Slugging away with everything they've got.
The willpower, the sheer guts of these two.
That's just a beatdown.
Austin having flashbacks to Detroit. Rikishi's about to meet a stunner. Scooped up. Here it comes. Rikishi dragon.
Rikishi got all of it.
Quickly transition. Shoulders are down.
Uh-oh. What in the world? Unbelievable tenacity on display from Stone Cold. Austin simply refuses to quit.
That move has brought victory before, but not on this occasion. Might be time to think outside the box. Uh-oh.
Will that keep the rattlesnake down?
There it is.
Now the pin. 2. Rikishi somehow defangs the rattlesnake. Damn it.
The winner of this bout, Rikishi!
This is not what many of us expected to see. We wanted to see retribution, but Rikishi was too much of a monster for Stone Cold tonight.
The vitriol that consumed Rikishi powered him to finish the job and leave a battered Austin in his rear-view mirror.
His arrival signaled impending doom. His very presence was enough to intimidate even the bravest WWE competitor. His name itself simply meant the end. And if you found yourself standing across the ring from Umaga, you were most certainly coming to the end of your own road. The younger brother of Rikishi, Umaga, was every bit the Samoan bulldozer that his nickname would suggest, mauling opponents with ease, relishing the chaos that he created. A menace to the entire roster, an unrepentant badass, Umaga tortured his prey with high-impact collisions before ultimately sealing their fate with his vaunted Samoan spike, a vicious move used today by Solo Sikoa.
Inside the ring, man, he was just a complete monster. Anybody that stood in front of him, he was going to wreck him no matter what he had to do. He was just a crazy, wild Samoan. Outside of the ring, man, just a loving guy to be around. A fun uncle, always joking, always barbecuing at his house. I always looked up to him. He was just so cool.
Perhaps an unheralded aspect of Umaga's game was his mastery of mental warfare. Umaga loved to present a wild, out-of-control savage, one who needed manager Armando Alejandro Estrada to handle all the details while he destroyed opponents. Umaga was the perfect definition of the word aura. A two-time intercontinental heavyweight champion, Umaga established himself as one of the purest forms of dominance to ever set foot in a WWE ring. His intense clashes with Batista, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, along with WWE Championship battles against John Cena, still live on in the memories of those who were fortunate enough to watch Umaga perform. And Umaga will live in immortality through every member of this family, whether it's with a huge Samoan drop, a running bulldozer into the corner, a Samoan spike, or even a war cry in the middle of battle. Umaga is forever.
I wish he was here. I know he's watching from above.
So you, our beloved Us in training, are asked one simple thing here in the WWE 2K25 showcase: to defeat John Cena. You've done that in this mode before, right? Simple. It was at New Year's Revolution in 2007 that Umaga and John Cena first collided for the WWE title. Umaga appeared to be too much for Cena in the minds of many pundits. Undefeated in WWE some 9 months after his debut, and things were going very well for Umaga. Until they weren't. Umaga would see his undefeated streak end by, of all things, a damn roll-up after rushing directly into the outstretched shoes of John Cena. 1 second of luck allowed John Cena to escape the inevitable, and now it's on you to fix it. Head into that ring. Showcase Umaga's cruel brutality and get Umaga the WWE Heavyweight Championship victory that he should have gotten in the first place. I assure you, my dear friend, Armando Alejandro Estrada will make sure nothing else goes wrong if you take care of business inside the ring.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. He could be the next WWE champion, the near 400-pound Umaga. A man that since debuting right after WrestleMania 9 months ago has remained undefeated. phenomenal ovation in this arena because the champ is here. John Cena.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the WWE Championship. Introducing first, the challenger from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 353 pounds, Umaga! And from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 248 pounds, he is the WWE Champion, John Cena!
You win this title, you are primed for big.
John Cena and Umaga battling here for the WWE Championship. Will John Cena halt the Samoan Bulldozer's path to destruction?
Cena's going to have to go all out to accomplish that. No one has been able to withstand Umaga thus far. This brutal Samoan has made a... Watch out!
Oh my, apron senton!
I don't care how much you train, you can't prepare for a commercial airliner to come crashing down on you like that.
Driven into the barricade. Umaga is truly a specimen to marvel at, Corey. And his handler, Armando Alejandro Estrada, knows he has a thoroughbred on his hands.
There's a difference between thoroughbreds and Umaga, though, Cole. Thoroughbreds can be tamed. Umaga cannot. Estrada can only serve as a mouthpiece for Umaga. He can only help direct Umaga's blind brutality. I think even Estrada knows no one can control the Samoan Bulldozer.
And Umaga will look to continue to use his 100-pound weight advantage in an effort to become the WWE Champion. And gets tossed back into the mat. Spinning heel kick.
A rare position for Cena in this fight. We can't often say that John's overpowered in a matchup, but this 360-plus pound Samoan Bulldozer is more than a formidable opponent.
Listen, sometimes when there's a fight, you're not always going to be the biggest. You're not always going to be the strongest. And even if that is the case,
turns it into a pin attempt. He's able to kick out before two.
Staying in this one.
That's using your head. Cena is unable to stop this string of offense.
Umaga is simply overpowering John Cena right now.
Hard landing.
Umaga proving to be a relentless. Nice takedown, stacked for the pin.
Wasting no time getting his shoulder up.
I suppose you have to take the shot, but it's still too early to wrap up this one just yet.
And Umaga, of course, coming from a very rich heritage. Some of the greatest athletes in any sport come from the Samoan heritage.
Umaga's aggressiveness can be traced back to his bloodline. When you're fighting a Samoan, you are battling a tough, scary human being. Down with force.
Overwhelming offense now from Umaga.
Cena has no response for Umaga's savage and brutal offense.
Oh, ouch.
From the top.
Gets out of the way of that one.
John Cena, top rope. Bang! He finds a counter.
Now Umaga looking for some momentum.
Yeah, but Umaga needs to maintain that offense now.
Oh.
And I could look at Umaga and he reminds me of Yokozuna, whose unmatched thickness and size is an orthodox offense.
Look at Umaga's thighs, his calves. They give him a great power and a great base.
And into the pin, title on the line.
Oh, channeling his energy to stay in this matchup.
You got this.
Oh, here it comes.
Oh,
man.
Spiked him.
There's a certain amount of anger you have to have towards your opponent to pile drive them like that.
From the top rope.
What a Samoan splash. Another ascent to the...
From the top rope. Big height, bigger impact.
Took a gamble.
I guess he doesn't think he's done enough damage to put this one away yet.
placed in the corner here.
Oh, man!
Oh, great wherewithal there.
Oh, backing it up. Big overhand.
Whipped into the corner with tremendous force. Fire home into the corner. It crashes to the mat.
Umaga messing with him, clearly trying to force an error.
And Cena flattened in the corner.
Umaga's just overpowering him. Look at the strength. Into the corner, just setting Cena up.
You have to start to ask yourself, is the end of John Cena near?
I think so. Look out!
What a headbutt. No one has been able to stop Umaga. No one.
You are seeing why Umaga is undefeated. Why no one has been able to stop the Samoan Bulldozer.
Here comes Umaga, and Cena catches him with a boot. John Cena from behind, rolls him up, shoulders down, and a kick out by Umaga.
And Cena immediately back into the clutches of Umaga.
I'm not sure what else Cena can do here. I'm not sure John Cena knows how to stop Umaga.
And Corey, you know there's no force equal to being on the receiving end of a...
Winding up. Samoan spike. He might be moments away from crowning a new champ.
The reign continues. The champ kicks out.
Based on what we just saw, I think this match is far from over.
Who knows what that kick out cost? The champ might be running on fumes.
And I think we all know this is only going to make a monster like Umaga even angrier.
Turning it into the pin.
2 counts. Something of a cocky decision, him just stopping the pin like that.
Pulls their opponent in. Belly to belly.
He's changing his mind, going for something different now.
Here it comes. Samoan spike. The challenge just comes up big.
New champion, an undefeated champion.
Here is your winner, and the new WWE Champion, Umaga!
Hey, in WWE, things move really fast. If you aren't present in the moment, it can feel like a year goes by in only 2 or 3 minutes. That's why you always have to make time to make sure that you check. Hold on. Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes? Stop. Can you believe I'm actually doing Eric Bischoff's shtick? In the early 2000s, few words sent a shudder through the roster like the words 3 minutes, summoning the fearsome duo of Rosie and Jamal, collectively known as the 3-minute warning. Initially hired by the aforementioned Raw general manager Eric Bischoff to interrupt anything he didn't find to be entertaining.
You're just not entertaining me. 3 minutes are just about up.
The two instantly made their mark in WWE with their complete and total decimation of anyone that was targeted. Their formula was really simple. 2 bruisers with surprising quickness who took pleasure in throwing opponents all around the ring with reckless abandon. And the trail of bodies left in their wake remains a testament to their devastation. Rosie, older brother of your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, and Jamal, who would in time develop his skills further and take the name of Umaga, were about instant gratification. They treated matches like a race, seeing how much damage they could fit into the shortest time possible.
The 3-minute warning with my brother and my cousin, it was just one of the coolest gimmicks of all time to me. It was catchy, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of knew what was happening. And I feel like we all remember when the 3-minute warning hit for the first time. You know, the whole Den TV area just lit up.
Every match was a train wreck, as the two would use their size to overwhelm most opponents, coupling that with incredible tag team maneuvers to increase the carnage to its maximum levels. That approach, maximizing damage while minimizing time, was a 3-minute warning signature. The team itself saw its run in WWE last for a little over a year, but in that time managed to make such an impression with the WWE Universe that it still resonates today. They are proof of the impact anyone can make if they capitalize on their opportunities, as 3-minute warning did every single time.
It was a short-lived gimmick, but it was a really cool gimmick, and I just think it shows the versatility of, hey, if you need us to go out there and tell you a Broadway story, I'll cover 2 hours if you like. But if you need us to come out in 3 minutes to make an impact, we can do that too. But you gotta be really good to be thrown in there with the very, very best in the industry. I'm getting all pumped and proud, you know, for my brother and my cousin right now, just thinking about it.
Here in the WWE 2K25 showcase, we have selected another team that embodies the same mindset in Akam and Razor, the AOP. Similar to Jamal and Rosie, these two look to inflict the most pain in the most efficient manner. Like 3-minute warning, AOP happily dispatches when summoned. Like 3-minute warning, AOP features 2 Goliaths who will hurl your body from pillar to post before finally bringing it all to a most painful conclusion. It's up to you in this Extreme Rules contest to beat the AOP to the punch and showcase the Wrecking Crew approach that made 3-minute warning the premier bruiser squad in all of WWE. And don't worry, we will give you more than 3 minutes to make that fact perfectly clear. As a matter of fact, take your time and enjoy dishing out the punishment.
And guys, the authors of pain now have 3 minutes.
Hey.
We got 3-minute warning and the authors of pain clashing tonight in what should be a harrowing Extreme Rules match. Considering the teams involved here, it comes as no surprise that we have medical teams standing by backstage.
Yeah, these are 2 of the most merciless and physical teams we've ever seen. Lasting bodily harm isn't just highly probable in this match, it's essentially guaranteed.
He goes for the quick pin. He breaks up the pin, stops the referee's count. No count out as he takes things out of the ring.
Man, Rosie and Jamal, Akam and Razor representing the biggest, most imposing teams WWE has ever seen. Both teams don't care what the motive is, don't care who the target is. Their goal always remains the same, and that is complete sky-high
Timing brain chop. Here's the pin. He cuts the pin attempt short.
Sky-high. This is why it's good to have a manager, good to have an ally who wants you to win as badly as you do, and will introduce any tool to
produce victory.
Jamal left an opening. Oh, for the DDT.
Off that and reversed it. Rosie and Jamal tell their victims that they will feel the 3-minute warning. What does that mean, Corey?
Well, it means a lot of superstars will get run over by the pain train, and it's only going to feel like the longest 3 minutes of their lives. When you're as big and strong as Rosie and Jamal, that's how quickly it can be over.
That was more splatter than splash.
Oh, headbutt right to the shoulder.
That's using your noggin.
Oh, a stomp. Drops the hammer.
Right on the lower back.
And he throws the opposition back into the ring, taking the action to the outside.
Might be taking a breather here. Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle.
Oh, and the chair projected right to their face.
Sent straight into the barricade.
Big splash. Much of the hardcore style of 3-minute warning. Both of these men are from the hood, so to speak. Grew up in the streets, brought up to be tough. Rosie and Jamal have a rough tenacity.
A duo that couldn't care less about headlocks. They're just all about beating the hell out of you. 3-minute warnings, thug-like tactics need to be respected.
Rosie and Jamal only care about one thing, and that's the winner's purse. Oh, man, thrown with such force. The whole ring is rattling.
Just look at the size of all these superstars. The ring had to be reinforced before this match. Over 1,300 combined pounds colliding.
These men are so big and so thick, it's a challenge to wrap your arms around them. It's really just best to find weapons and whack away.
Yeah, and there's plenty of weapons to choose from tonight.
Run out of ringside and back to the mat.
Now clearing the announce desk. This isn't going to end well. Oh, God.
Oh, the southpaw.
Does the official not see him removing the turnbuckle pad?
Keep your voice down.
And a sidewalk slam. Oh. Here's the cover. Is it enough?
Wait, look at the feet. The feet are on the ropes.
Taken to the floor, and he's got no worries about the count.
Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle.
Has an answer for Akam. Oh, no, the referee absorbing the impact.
Belly to belly.
And he comes in under the ropes now. Rosie now on the offensive. This could be it. He can win it all here. He ends the pin attempt for some reason.
T-bone into a power slam. Impressive.
Gentlemen, no need for monitors right now. The fight is right in front of us. Look out! Up across the shoulder. Samoa driver. 3-minute warning might just be done messing around.
His opponent keeps piling it on him.
These are the moments professionals train for, when you are at your breaking point.
We knew this would be a grueling and punishing match, but AOP and 3-minute warning.
Look at this now, draping his opponent over the announce desk.
Down to opponent, and a double axe handle smack.
Taking things to another level now.
Lands face first. I can't imagine the pain being felt right now.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Nasty kick to the face.
Can Rosie clinch this one?
And here he is, heading back into the ring.
Sidewalk slam.
And Jamal's derailed for a moment by that attack.
Pop handle locked in.
Here's the pin.
You are kidding me. What just happened?
I don't know, but I think it just blew the roof off this arena.
And the heaviest hitter in the arsenal was not enough.
Unbelievable. Kick out at one.
Unbelievable. More like inhuman.
That was plan A, and it didn't work. He must point.
This is a whole new level of chaos and brutality. Oh, God, what a shot to the face. Forget it. AOP just fell to their demise. Oh,
he timed that counter well.
I can see up to the rafters, and there's not a single person sitting down.
What an environment this is. Jamal pins the shoulders down. He comes to the rescue for his team.
no way. Again? He's heading up the ropes.
He breaks the ropes count before 2.
Kicking out now sends a very clear message. Is there any life left in Resolve?
Rousey and Jamal survive Extreme Rules.
Here are your winners, Rousey and Jamal. 3-minute warning.
Gotta give it up to 3-minute warning. In a contest between two of the most badass squads we've ever seen, they were the tougher competitors.
Yeah, but AOP certainly made 3-minute warning earn this win. Just think about all the carnage we witnessed here tonight.
We've come to the part of the showcase where we get to talk about Tamina. Ever since walking in WWE, shoulder to shoulder with the Usos, Tamina's alliance with this dynasty has never been in question.
I remember watching Monday.
Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Tamina, Carmella, Natalya, all with a chance to make history. All with the opportunity to be called the first ever Miss Money in the Bank.
The revolution that became an evolution only continues in the women's division. One of these women will climb the ladder and earn the opportunity of a lifetime.
And looking at the playing field, the majority of these women love to utilize their submission offense to put opponents away.
Tapping someone out won't win this match, but these women should not shy away from using the biggest weapons in their arsenal.
We've heard Becky say she was going to rip arms out tonight. You can't exactly climb a ladder with no arms.
The longer this goes, the more likely we can see a hard crash back to the canvas.
Such a dangerous setting for all these superstars. Ladders are everywhere. Each competitor is only limited by their imagination.
Your head has to be on a constant swivel. Ladders will be used as weapons. Anything can happen to get that briefcase. Oh, no, look out. Here we go. That's called changing the decor of the broadcast area.
I have a feeling there's more to come, Corey.
The contract that can change lives hanging above the ring. Probably the most profitable opportunity in our sport. 15 out of 17 superstars have successfully cashed in the Money in the Bank contract.
A surprise cash-in has only failed once, and the other failed cash-in was awarded to a week in advance. You are almost certain to become the next SmackDown Women's Champion if you grab the contract tonight.
That offense might rock the confidence of Natalya.
The Queen came into this match with the express purpose of putting a beating on a peasant, and that was a step closer to it.
Cool, holding into the turnbuckle. Down to the mat. Second-generation superstars competing in this match. Carmella, Charlotte, and Tamina. And Natalya, of course, a third-generation superstar. Women grow for these kind of fundamental.
What a barrage of stars. Oh, man, that's like death by 1,000 cuts.
What? Oh, God. And here we go, returning to the ring.
Oh, no, they're coming this way.
MCL and ACL could have major damage, possibly the fibula. Excellent strategy there.
Carmella with the turnbuckles. And what a throw that was from the top. And now here's Carmella.
That was just incredible hang time.
Was willing to take the high risk to the outside, and it paid off big time.
Is there anyone more intimidating in this group than Tamina?
I've said it before. It could This is her time to live up to her family's legacy.
If Tamina wins the contract, it guarantees her first title opportunity in over 2 years.
More than an opportunity, it pretty much guarantees Tamina will become the next women's champion.
And a well-executed move we just saw there.
She continues to fight off her opponent.
Oh! Carmella with a super kick. Carmella's eyes are growing. Nice reversal by Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte driving Tamina, and both tumble to the floor.
Both women crashing down hard. The Queen, Charlotte Flair, the first to her feet, surveying the situation.
Oh, my. Tamina into the steps.
Well, you are seeing a heightened level of aggression, heightened level of intensity from all these competitors because of the stakes involved.
Guys, where's Charlotte going?
Flair looking to up the ante now from the top.
Oh, my goodness, taking out everybody.
The Queen rising to the occasion.
What you just saw is why we say Charlotte is genetically superior.
Yeah, undeniable athleticism from the Queen. Can it pave her way to the top of the ladder?
Back into the ring she goes.
No safe haven in this match. These ladders can be your best friend or your worst enemy. There's no allies in this match. It's everyone for her.
This new generation of female superstars are providing yet another milestone moment here. Tamina, Charlotte, Carmella, Natalya, and Becky Lynch are going to climb the ladder and retrieve the briefcase. Become the first ever Miss Money in the Bank. And looking at the playing field, the majority of these women love to utilize their submission offense to put opponents away.
Tapping someone out won't win this match, but these women should not shy away from using the biggest weapons in their arsenal.
We've heard Becky say she was going to rip arms off tonight. You can't exactly climb a ladder with no arms.
Remember, the first woman to climb the ladder and retrieve the briefcase will become the first ever Miss Money in the Bank. No countouts, no disqualifications in this match.
Everybody is coming in with a different strategy, but remaining close is the key. Luck is going to play a part, but you'll increase your odds if you stay close to a ladder and close to the briefcase. Catches a punch.
Action now spilling to the ringside area in front of us here.
No safe haven in this match. These ladders can be your best friend or your worst enemy. There's no allies in this match. It's everyone for herself.
There is no room for friends when history is being made. Not when you can go down in the record books as the first Miss Money in the Bank. Tamina not caring that Becky's a fan favorite. The crowd's adulation is meaningless. All that matters is the contract suspended above the ring.
Tamina's been showing so much dominance in this match. Heart has to be pumping right now.
Needs to focus and pull it together. Might be a little overzealous going for it here.
Too late to stop now, though.
Oh! Is there anyone more intimidating in this group than Tamina?
I've said it before. It could be a coming-out party for Tamina. This is her time to live up to her family's legacy.
If Tamina wins the contract, it guarantees her first title opportunity in over 2 years.
More than an opportunity, it pretty much guarantees Tamina will become the next women's champion.
Climbing up, she got something big planned here. From way up,
look out below! Took a leap of faith and connected perfectly. This could be just what they needed.
She throws her back in. Oh! The pinpoint kick to the back. That move was a thank you shot to the so-called benevolent Queen.
Carmella showing she can be a brutal
Nice reversal by Charlotte Flair. What you just saw is why we say Charlotte is genetically superior.
And undeniable athleticism from the Queen. Can it pave her way to the top of the ladder?
Three second-generation superstars competing in this match. Carmella, Charlotte, and Tamina. And Natalya, of course, a third-generation superstar. Women bred for these kind of moments.
Any of these women will add a significant chapter to her legacy if she can become the first Miss Money in the Bank.
Uh-oh.
No!
Boom! What a slap! And once again, she's put on the back foot.
This deep into a ladder match, the last thing you want is to start breaking down.
She's ready to take this match to the outside. Headed up that ladder. Center of the ring. Moving into the ring.
She's got it in her hands.
Can she end it here?
The whole match is literally in the palm of their hands.
Charlotte seeing her opportunity.
Charlotte's got a chance.
Just yank it down. Force it. It's so close.
If only it was that easy.
And that was an efficient display of offense with that maneuver. Lynch set ringside.
There goes the knee.
And she denies Charlotte. Oh, shoulder to the gut.
Oh, hanging on for dear life.
Oh, alley-oop bomb. And Charlotte was put in check there.
Yeah, but when ladders are part of the match, you really can't expect anything less.
She's starting to wear down here.
This deep into a ladder match, the last thing you want is to start breaking down.
Back into the ring she comes. Just like that. Sent out of the ring.
Oh, good gravy. Thrown into the corner with a little something extra. Effective arm drag.
Decides to leave the confines of the ring. Getting the ladder into position here.
Picked the perfect spot, too.
What now? What now? Victory is within reach now.
Hands must be shaking up there, making it difficult to capture glory.
The prize is in sight, but is it in reach?
Maybe this isn't a good position to go for.
That certainly seems to be having trouble up there.
Reaching for the prize.
Time is your enemy here. I just don't know if there's enough of it to get it down.
Natalya has a grip on the briefcase.
Natalya's gonna do it. She's gonna do it.
Getting your hands on the prize isn't enough. You gotta yank this opportunity down. Ooh, dropped right on their face.
Figure four. Submission is in. She releases the hold.
No harm in changing things up if a submission isn't working the way you want to.
Getting her set up for something in the corner.
Climbing up, but is there enough time to go for the win?
Needs to move quick here.
This might be her chance.
Looks like scaling the ladder was the easy part of the job. Unhooking the prize is the big challenge.
Look at this. She's going for her destiny, guys.
But she better hurry. She doesn't have much time.
Uppercut.
That'll cost some teeth.
Uh-oh. Carmella way up top. On the top. Ladder set right in the middle of the ring. Starts to climb, but needs to move quickly. Full focus on obtaining the prize.
It's going to take some time, but you got to just keep going.
Money in the Bank briefcase still hanging high. This is what it's all about. The opportunity of a lifetime.
What are you willing to do? How much can you sacrifice to be the first Miss Money in the Bank?
She's stretching, but can she get a grip?
This is a risky play, but could be the only opportunity all match.
Maybe, just maybe, this could be it.
This has got to be it.
Victory is inevitable. Oh, sits straight into the corner hard.
She's headed out of the ring.
Looking for a little more breathing room. Ooh, slam!
With authority. Flair delivering the chop. Natural selection.
The Queen has put an opponent in the dirt, and now the ladder to her throne awaits.
Ladder's in position. Gonna make the climb. Reaching.
So close.
The boat, Natalya, doing what she does best. Sharpshooter applied.
Might tap here. Nothing. Letting go of her hold here.
Maybe she thinks enough damage has been done.
Oh, I think the ring just moved.
Oh, man, she finds a hard landing on the outside. Natalya sent flying to the outside.
Oh, my God.
Counter from Tamina.
Oh, goodness. Blasted right into the corner. Ooh, brutal impact into the corner. Neck breaker excellently executed.
Incoming.
She's headed to the outside. No threat of count out here.
Effective arm drag.
She looks like she's struggling for air here.
Yeah, those focused attacks to her core are going to do that. Oh, getting knocked around by the ladder.
Up the ladder now. Let's see if this is right for the picking.
She's grabbing at the prize now.
Every second up there is allowing the opposition to recover.
Better hurry.
Tamina is so close to victory now.
Could this be? That's it. Tamina has the briefcase. Tamina is Miss Money in the Bank.
The winner of the Money in the Bank contract and the first ever Miss Money in the Bank,
Any member of this family that enters the professional wrestling business knows about the expectations that are going to be on their back. They know about the prestige that their very name carries. They know that those who came before them have accomplished so much. Bearing the weight of those legacies can prove to be way too much for almost anyone. But that was never the case for Jimmy and Jey Uso. Jimmy and Jey Uso looked to be stars from the very start, constantly evolving their look, style, and offense as they progressed in their careers. Face paint and war dances would fade away, and the two would embrace the day one-ish mentality, looking to punish opponents and send them to the Uso Penitentiary. The Usos are 8-time WWE Tag Team Champions. The Usos have main evented WrestleMania after initially fighting for a mere spot on the card. The Usos were the premier team of the 2010s. The Usos are the greatest team of all time. Jimmy and Jey are poetry in motion, each knowing what the other is looking to do next, each using every bit of savvy they gained growing up in professional wrestling to keep their edge. And sure, in recent years, it's been difficult between the two. Jimmy did cost Jey his match at SummerSlam against your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. After months of the anger building between the two, Jimmy and Jey ended up as the first two entrants in the 2024 Royal Rumble match, bringing things to a head. But even that moment wasn't enough to settle the issue, and so they would fight again at WrestleMania 40. Jey Uso truly became main event and found his inner yeet, even adding another tag team championship with Cody Rhodes as his partner. As your wise man eventually would suffer as well, Jimmy found himself betrayed by Solo Sikoa and unceremoniously dumped out of Solo's version of the Bloodline. When Jimmy and Jey are a tag team, they are pure art. They are the reason for the resurgence of tag team wrestling's popularity over the last 15 years. And perhaps, oh, perhaps, their grandest moment came during the 2017 Hell in a Cell, when they would lock horns with perhaps their greatest opposition ever, The New Day. From July to October of that year, the SmackDown Tag Team titles would change hands 4 times between the two teams, both looking for ultimate bragging rights. The Usos' connection as twins always gave them an upper hand with most teams. But the New Day had their own trick, utilizing the Freebird rule to allow any 2 of the 3 members to compete in any match. Jimmy and Jay could never know for sure who the opponents would be, with a different game plan needed for each iteration. With nothing clearly settled after 4 months, the New Day would offer to defend inside Hell in a Cell, and the Usos gladly accepted. We've seen the Usos showcase tag team wrestling at its most beautiful. Now we want you to showcase the brutality that exists within Hell in a Cell. Big E and Xavier Woods are going to use everything at their disposal to take you down. But you've been down since day 1. Now it's time to force the New Day to realize there's nothing wrong with them being in second place, and there's nothing that's stopping you inside Hell in a Cell.
This is the first time that tag title... There you see what it's all about. Tag team. The cell door is locked. First of 2 Hell in a Cell matches tonight in Detroit. This is the 20th anniversary of this barbaric match. The Usos and the New Day must be prepared for pain and punishment.
2 of the greatest tag teams ever. One of the biggest rivalries going today. It all comes to a head right now for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship.
The Usos following the footsteps of many great family tag teams, the Steiner brothers, the Head Shrinkers, who of course Jay and Jimmy's own father was a member of.
Would be a very proud moment for the Anwani family if the Usos can capture their 5th Tag Team Championship here.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree for Jay and Jimmy. Just a factory of the elite specimens come from the Anwani blood.
What an uppercut!
Charged. Oh, wicked kick to the lower back.
And it's Jay being on the receiving end of some... Here we go!
Misses big time. He's heading back to the ring.
This cell is meant to contain all these superstars, but that's not to say this cell can't inflict unimaginable damage on those who step inside. We're going to see these teams tap into their barbaric nature.
20 years of Hell in a Cell, and this structure still surprises me with the ways it can torture every part of your anatomy. Oh!
All the talking we've heard leading into this match, we've heard the Usos call the New Day, quote, 3 clowns on a tricycle.
Look, the Usos love the trash talk, but they deliver. And don't act like the New Day don't throw verbal jabs either. We had Big E earlier saying how he's going to drop some gloom and doom of biblical proportions. A prophecy Big E is fully capable of backing, too.
Oh my gosh! Oh, what a chop!
Woods finds an opening.
DDT!
Sliding back into the ring.
overthrown.
Usos and New Day going at it inside Hell in a Cell, and Jey Uso set outside the ring, and now the New Day on the attack. Big E, as aggressive as I've ever seen him here tonight. And Xavier Woods now with toys, kendo sticks in hand.
And it's about to get more aggressive, more vicious, more barbaric. I've never seen this vicious of a side from the New Day.
It's what Hell in a Cell does to you.
Oh, now with the kendo sticks, Xavier Woods unloading. Well, you're saying it, Byron. Hell in a Cell makes you do some awful things. Just attempting to survive, attempting to win.
Do whatever you want, punish however you want. Right now, that seems to be the mission statement of the New Day in order to retain the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
And that's what it's about, proving you're the best in one of the most insane environments in WWE today. The New Day have just changed the whole complexion of this match. I don't know if I've seen New Day go to these lengths before.
Well, no time to be a jovial bunch when you're in a cell, Michael. Tonight, it's not about entertaining. It's about putting your sworn enemy to rest for good.
And saw what was coming there.
Talking to Xavier, he told me the one thing the Usos have taught us.
Pin attempt by the champion. And the champ can't keep the shoulders down.
All the punishment he's taken, and yet he's still in this match.
The champ is in agony here.
This is how it goes in Hell in a Cell. The match keeps going whether you can handle it or not.
Moving out from the ring closer to those towering walls of the cell.
And he now slides back into the ring.
Absolutely no telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
I guess he thinks the one thing missing in this match is a steel chair. Shades of the OEC dub as a kendo stick is introduced to the proceedings.
The Usos and the New Day have been trading title reigns for the majority of the year now. This, the contractual rematch for the Usos. If they lose, the Usos won't get another opportunity for the titles as long as the New Day are champs.
And just being around the Usos, it's not only about winning the tag team titles, it's about...
Now the pin for the championship.
Ooh, man.
We are witnessing a malicious string of attacks right now. Swing on... Has the champ pinned? Is this it?
He stops the count.
With authority. Jey taking his offense to the top rope.
These are dangerous attacks on their own, but now the damage is exponentially multiplying.
And now he's back into the ring. The champ's slowing down some now.
The effects of the cell come for everyone. You can only stay safe for so long.
Oof. Oh, that hurt. Wait, did I kick it? Just look at Jimmy gain the momentum in this one.
And the Usos now showing how well they know the New Day.
Familiarity breeds contempt, and the Usos are showing their unfiltered disdain. Oh, man, check out this power.
Scattered it and fired back with a punch straight to the face. Vicious. A lot of damage being piled on the champ.
Yeah, this is troubling. Can only hold on for so long now. Gets out of dodge.
The champion taking a task here.
Well, how we got anybody's been throwing the towel though.
Heading back into the ring now.
Right in the breadbasket.
Big E has lost any momentum here.
Getting a taste of just how bad it can truly get inside the Uso penitentiary.
The New Day asked for this. Demanded to defend their title in this unforgiving structure.
Rolling elbow finds its mark. Ouch.
Thwarts the move by throwing an elbow into the midsection.
Super kick!
Super kick! For the title.
And the glory.
He breaks up the pin just in time. He's headed to the top now.
Nicely done. Boom! Right to the kidneys from behind.
Oh, jeez. Some good contact by Jey Uso. On point. Shoulder right to the knee.
Holy timed offense there.
Basement drop kick.
Back into the ring now.
Headed to the top rope.
Top rope.
Usos.
Top rope.
Usos splash.
Will that be enough to win the titles?
Will he get on with it already? This is a fight. Boom, did you hear the impact?
There was some power behind that punch.
Uso. All the way to the floor.
Can the champ recover from that?
And Jimmy and Big E slugging it out middle of the ring. This has been a vicious, brutal match between two of the great tag teams today.
Here comes Jey Uso into the fray alongside of his brother.
Bang! Double super kick.
And the Usos now looking for that patented Uso splash from the top rope.
Uso splash! The cover to win the tag team titles, and Woods handcuffs it all, breaks it up.
At the last possible second, Xavier Woods saving this match for his team.
Now, credit to Woods for his never say die attitude, but Xavier Woods is outgunned right now.
And look at Woods still fighting back.
Yeah, with the handcuffs. Using the handcuffs as a weapon.
That's smart.
And Woods now down. And trying to still fight back. What heart from Xavier Woods.
That heart may not have much more fight left. Jimmy and Jey back up to the top one more time.
Uso splash in stereo. The cover. The Usos win the tag team titles.
Here are your winners and the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos.
Next on our showcase is someone who wasn't born into this family, but has put in the time and more than earned her spot. She's always happy to leave haters in the rear view, and when she enters the room, you will undoubtedly feel the glow. Of course, I'm talking about Naomi, who many of you may know has reigned as Jimmy Uso's wife and queen for over 10 years. There's the old saying that behind every good man is an even better woman, and this could not ring more true than Naomi, who I will say is an absolute treasure. Jimmy will frequently speak during old bloodline planning sessions about how much her support and love drove him to improve as a superstar, always stressing her importance not only to the WWE Women's Division, but to his career and his life as well. In the ring, there is no denying Naomi's skills. The former women's tag team and two-time SmackDown Women's Champion has the mental tenacity to push through the toughest part of any match and possesses breathtaking physical skills. Naomi uses her dancing background to constantly innovate with her offense, resulting in some of the most beautiful moves you will ever see, unless you're on the receiving end of them. Naomi is an inspiration to so many of our younger members of the WWE Universe, showing a new generation that anything is possible if you just put in the work and never stop believing in yourself. Naomi has battled against the very best in the women's division, taking on foes like Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Shayna Baszler, and Io Sky.
My favorite moment of Naomi was when she won the title in her hometown, Orlando, at WrestleMania.
To compete against that caliber and maintain the level of success that Naomi has for her entire WWE career is something worth, shall I dare say, acknowledging. Naomi has even teamed with fellow family member Tamina through the years, proving the family you choose can often be the most important. And in true Uso fashion, Naomi shows an unrelenting desire to win, to achieve greatness, and to dominate her opposition. Many mistake her smile as a sign of kindness, but they quickly realize their mistake as Naomi unleashes a flurry of kicks, flies at them with moonsaults from all angles, and then ties them up in knots. Naomi is having fun, but Naomi is never playing. And now, we take you back to the 2020 edition of Super Showdown, which saw Naomi challenge Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Unfortunately, a ridiculously lax referee decided it was just fine for Bayley to basically do whatever the hell she wanted.
Bayley's, oh my gosh, she's trapping Naomi's legs in her shirt.
And Naomi wound up suffering an embarrassing loss after Bayley used wardrobe to her advantage. Well, Bayley, we can pretty much guarantee that trick won't work again. This is your chance to help guide Naomi to a third SmackDown Women's Championship, and to do it by defeating one of the greatest competitors WWE has ever seen. Your wise man has nothing but respect and admiration for Bayley's abilities, but those abilities are eclipsed by Naomi's extraordinary trinity: smarts, strength, and aerial attacks that should give all of you everything you need to get the win and the title.
Gentlemen, it's glow time!
I got an idea, Saxton. Why don't you glow home?
No, I cannot, Corey.
When asked earlier this week about this matchup, Naomi said it is an honor to be here, an honor to make history, because for the first time ever, a women's championship will be defended in Saudi Arabia.
Naomi certainly has...
And gentlemen, when Bayley was asked about this history-making match tonight, she said, of course I'm part of this, because history is made by winners. And I'm going to become a role model for everyone here tonight in Saudi Arabia and for everyone around the entire world.
I asked Bayley her thoughts on this match, and she said
For the first time ever, we have a women's champ. Guys, a very important component of this match. Bayley has won every title available in WWE. Bayley has accomplished it all. But the one thing Bayley has never done in her career, she's never beaten Naomi.
And believe me, that is a huge point of confidence for Naomi. And a huge pressure on Bayley.
Yeah, but Bayley thrives under pressure. Her resume speaks for itself.
Bayley having every reason to be confident heading into this matchup. But 279 days as champion, Corey, can take a toll on you. Bayley has been carrying an exhausting weight on her shoulder for a long time.
I don't think it's anything Bayley can't handle, Cole. Once you reach the mountaintop, you plant your feet and you hold your ground, no matter how heavy the burden may get.
Scissors kick with authority. A factor to consider in this match is that Naomi took some time off to rejuvenate herself, to get her mind right, to refocus on her desire to once again be champion here in WWE. So this isn't necessarily the same Naomi the WWE Universe or Bayley is used to.
And Naomi says that after taking time off, she's better physically and mentally than she's ever been.
I guess she doesn't think she's softened her up enough yet.
We've said it time and time again. Naomi, maybe the most athletic woman. Waits for this impact like a guillotine. And Naomi has taken the upper hand.
Naomi picking up the pace against Bayley and keeping her all out of sorts.
Bayley sent to the outside.
Getting up, but she has no idea. She's in the crosshairs.
Look out. You gotta be kidding me.
The 1-2 punch of high risk, high reward. Naomi going for broke. And this high-risk offense from the challenger might be catching the champion by surprise.
The challenger being the aggressor here, but remember, the title can only be won by pinfall or submission inside the ring.
Get back here. Leg lariat.
And Bayley's resolve might be wavering here.
And Naomi continues to somehow have Bayley's number here.
Naomi isn't feeling intimidated by the moment. Counters! Now Bayley.
Guys, a very important component of this match. Bayley has won every title available in WWE. Bayley has accomplished it all. But the one thing Bayley has never done in her career, she's never beaten Naomi.
And believe me, that is a huge point of confidence for Naomi. And a huge pressure on Bayley.
Yeah, but Bayley thrives under pressure. Her resume speaks for itself.
Naomi has tested her mettle in recent weeks, as the road to this championship opportunity was a difficult one. Needed to defeat former SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella. We know Naomi has a heavy...
Perched up top! Whoa, look out! That's going to be on highlight reels for a long time.
Incredible courage to even attempt that.
Naomi going for broke. And this high-risk offense from the challenger might be catching the champion by surprise.
The challenger being the aggressor here, but remember, the title can only be won by pinfall or submission inside.
Bayley versus Naomi, SmackDown Women's Championship on the line.
So much of Naomi's career has been predicated on making history. And tonight, she has the opportunity to make even more history.
And Naomi's got plenty of momentum coming into this match and is feeling mighty confident herself.
Gosh, we've said it time and time again. Naomi, maybe the most athletic woman we've ever seen compete here in WWE.
Yeah, Naomi wants to depend.
Taking flight
through the air. It connects.
From up top, right onto the target outside.
That is kicking things into a whole new gear. Bullseye with the drop kick. What a double axe handle. The challenger's fully aware of what it takes to become a champion. Naomi has to use her superior athleticism.
Stunner! Emphatically delivered.
We know that Naomi's going to want to pick up the pace in this match, but Bayley's going to look to wear Naomi down.
Yeah, Bayley's going to want to slow down the pace and let the adrenaline wear off for Naomi. Bayley can also turn up the aggression here in a way I'm not quite sure Naomi can match.
dominating crossbody. What a crossbody. Hit that with everything and following it with the pin. Bayley is still in there. She is still fighting, still keeping this going. Holy moly, amazing display of athleticism.
And I think it was you, Byron, who asked Bayley if she changed, and she said,
right into the pin.
She overcomes the pinfall attempt.
Not even a near fall there. Arm wringer applied. Top wrist lock, opponent down to one knee. Ooh, and a shot to the body and another.
She gets put in the corner, sending her up on the top rope. And here we go. Championship's on the line. Naomi's got Bayley in trouble up on the top rope. This could be Naomi's moment.
Smart move by Bayley, protecting her title and going to the eyes.
Oh, what a kick. Bayley is down and in trouble.
Quick thinking by Naomi, looking to close this one out.
Nobody home. Bayley wisely moves out of harm's way. What's Bayley trying to do here?
What the? I think Bayley's trying to trap Naomi's legs in Naomi's own shirt.
A great counter by Naomi. Naomi ducks underneath, and we got a standoff. Great match so far.
Well, Bayley thought she had Naomi, but the challenger was ready.
Well, the champion has to find a new strategy in a hurry.
Momentum is really on Naomi's side.
Naomi picking up the pace against Bayley. And rear view by Naomi.
That might have just sealed the deal on us having a new champ.
Scissors kick with authority.
Naomi, feel the glow.
There it is, cinched in.
Oh, Bayley's dreams about to end here in this match. Can she hang on? Naomi did it. We have a new champion.
Here is your winner, and the new SmackDown Women's Champion,
Ladies and gentlemen, if it weren't for the next two superstars in our showcase, none of this would be possible. Because without Afa and Sika, without the Wild Samoans, there truly is no dynasty. While it was their father who made the blood oath with High Chief Peter Maivia, it was Afa and Sika who built the family up, training generations of relatives, all with the single goal of becoming the best professional wrestler on the face of the planet. And while the two would together be WWE Hall of Famers, based solely on their work as trainers and cultivators of the next generation, their in-ring successes only add to their immortality. Afa and Sika formed WWE's most dominant tag team of the early 1980s, fighting their way to the WWE Tag Team Championship on 3 separate occasions. Opponents were often defeated before the bell even rang to start the match, falling victim to the aura and the intimidation factor of having to step into the ring with the Wild Samoans. Accompanied by Captain Lou Albano, the trio formed a masterful group that was able to take all opponents off their game, be it through Albano's devious schemes or the overpowering nature of the Wild Samoans. WWE had never dealt with a team so primal, turning each match into a battle of survival. most feared? The deadly Samoan drop. A move that has been imitated by many, but duplicated only by a chosen few.
There they are, the Wild Samoans.
These are immigrants coming from the island, trying to figure it out, trying to find a way. I couldn't imagine being these men. I couldn't imagine taking on these responsibilities of setting the tone in a whole new country. And then trying to break into entertainment on top of that. But they made it work. And that's what we are. We're workers. We make it work.
These tribal elders set the standard for all of their descendants to not only follow, but they also taught their descendants how to surpass it. So beloved were the two that perhaps no moment holds more significance to your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, than when he was presented the Ula Fala by his father Sika and Uncle Afa after the 2020 Hell in a Cell event. You see, it was their acknowledgement that gave Roman Reigns the unshakable confidence to continue his journey to becoming the greatest of all time.
The utmost respect, love, and gratitude for those men. Because if my father and uncle don't do what they do, we're not here.
We now humbly present to you the honor of walking in the famed footsteps of the Wild Samoans, finding a tag team in WWE's long and storied history that we felt would test the Wild Samoans was not an easy task. But then, a thought came to your wise man. Why not give the audience exactly what they want? Why not put the Wild Samoans against one of the greatest tag teams of all time? Why not present Afa, Sika, the Wild Samoans versus Bubba Ray and Devon, the Dudley Boys? And if we're going to go that far, let's do it in a tables match. Showcase that savage brutality that made both teams the eternal legends we know them to be. No pinfalls, no submissions, no rules. Just be the team that avoids being put through the table, and you will emerge victorious. And with these four men, you better believe that things are going to get extreme.
And here they come.
Guys, this is going to be a great one. You can feel the electricity already.
I feel the excitement and some fear, too.
And accompanied by Captain Lou Albano and a combined weight of 645.
2-on-2 tables match here. The masters of the match, the Dudley Boys, taking on the Wild Samoans.
There's always those thoughts in the back of your mind. My brother can beat up your brother. My brother can put your brother through a table faster. Finally, we get to see those thoughts become reality.
Saxton, I never want to hear about the inner workings of your mind ever again.
I second that, but the Dudley Boys and the Wild Samoans are two teams who also clearly have a few screws loose. This should be intense.
And gets sent right into the corner.
Trapped in the corner.
And the Wild Samoans always have that gaze in their eyes that
This superstar is looking to end this right now. This might do it.
Oh, man.
Corey, I've got to know, what can the Wild Samoans do to get the advantage in this tables match? After all, this is the Dudley Boys match, the match they put on the map, the match they're synonymous with.
Well, maybe the Wild Samoans have to be a little less wild, Cole. They still need to brutalize their opponents because that's what they do best. But the last thing Alpha and Sika want to do is rush head first into a table. After all, that's exactly how you lose.
Headed back into the ring. That table finds its target. Just sent crashing to the arena floor. Getting carried to a vulnerable position here. Powerbomb. Corey, the Wild Samoans are about as tough and mean as they come, a very physical duo. And we've seen how they use their heads, almost like a concrete weapon.
Yeah, they don't need much flash. They're just a formidable ground and pound team. If they lack in offensive creativity, they make up for it in blunt force trauma. And nothing packs more blunt force trauma than an Alpha or Sika headbutt. And he is directed into the corner.
What a strike to the back.
Nice scoop slam.
Coming back from the outside now.
This one's heading to the outside.
Heads outside the ring.
And no countouts means he can take his time.
And that was taking the attack to the competition with that one. Such a peculiar look coming from the Wild Samoans, as if they have no control.
Taking flight.
Oh my God, what a move. Alpha and Sika, both individuals that compete barefooted. Not something common of most wrestlers, Corey, but it is actually very customary in the Samoan wrestling heritage.
It's how they train, it's how they live in the Isle of Samoa. And no one delays a fight just to put some boots on. Samoans are ready for battle at the drop of a hat. Might be time to look for exit strategies, gentlemen.
And Devon escapes danger.
And now he gets back into the ring.
Getting hit with that forearm.
We could be moments away from Sika's doom. Ooh!
Sharp knee.
Oh my! Holding the table with surprising accuracy.
And we can talk about how this match was something almost tailor-built by the Dudley Boys. The famous series of TLC matches they've had, the Dudleys have become synonymous with the team in TLC.
And that didn't stand for tender, Cole. It means tables, and it means lots of them.
Yeah, and if Bubba Ray and Devon can get the Wild Samoans to the table tonight, it will really add to the Dudley Boys' legacy even further.
He's looking to go high risk from the top rope.
Look out.
Whoa, what a landing.
Completely throwing self-preservation out the window.
I don't know how your mind would even think about doing that.
Oh, an arm breaker.
A very ferocious demeanor emanates from the Wild Samoans. Like they're part of a pack of untamed beasts. I really wonder what it would take for the Dudley Boys to have control of them.
Maybe they take a sledgehammer? A truck? They're not human, Byron. You can knock them down, but they'll keep propped up.
Clearing off the announce table. This isn't going to end well. Taking a moment to get pumped off of this crowd's incredible energy.
Table launched right at their opponent.
And just look at the damage to Devon's face.
Looks like he has something planned with his table, guys.
Oh, no.
Under the ropes and back into the ring.
Runs right into the table.
He is looking to do some serious harm.
Toss their opponent. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my. Holding the table with surprising accuracy. Popped up into the Samoan drop.
Oh, no. Now possibly setting up for a submission maneuver.
Targeting the shoulder with the claw.
You can see the agony in his face.
Bubba Ray executes.
They're tough. Yes, they will maim. Yes, they will hurt. And yes, they will not stop.
Devon with a kick to the guts. Turns his opponent around.
And there is saving grace. That was the Dudley Boys showing the Wild Samoans what tag team wrestling is all about. He's got a plan for that table, and it does not involve a dinner party.
Grabs the leg.
Look at this. He just tossed the leg.
The Dudley Boys came in tonight knowing they had to turn up the dial. Had to match Alpha and Sika's level of aggression. Whether Ray and Devon know they have to be extreme as they can be.
Yeah, but what the Dudleys call extreme, the Wild Samoans just call regular old Tuesday. Alpha and Sika are just a different breed of wrestler.
Look, I don't care who you are. You could be King Kong or a kaiju. It's going to be curtains for you if you're on the receiving side of a Wild Samoan headbutt from the top rope.
Wards off that offense for Bubba.
He's doing some dangerous redecorating.
I think the table really ties it all together.
And we'll witness into the Samoan drop. Incredible.
The Wild Samoans just completely wrecking the Dudley Boys in there.
And now thrown back into the ring.
I don't think this table's going to last much longer.
And Alpha and Sika just beat the Dudley Boys at their own game.
Here are your winners, Alpha and Sika, the Wild Samoans.
And it's the Wild Samoans standing tall, having beat the Dudley Boys at their own game.
Devon and Bubba pushed Alpha and Sika to their limits, but in the end, there was only one way this match could end.
From the very moment he arrived as the enforcer of the bloodline, Solo Sikoa has taken every brutal, savage element of his predecessors and refined them into a near-perfect smashing machine. Even in the year before his arrival, Solo raised eyebrows and garnered buzz while competing in NXT. But nobody could have predicted just how smoothly his transition to the main roster would go. And before I go on any further, let me make one thing perfectly clear. I'm only saying what I'm saying about Solo Sikoa because I am a wise man. I'm a professional. And because I'm being handsomely compensated for my stellar work as your host of the WWE 2K25 Showcase. I haven't forgotten what Solo Sikoa and his rogue bloodline did to me. But I also know better than to let personal feelings hinder your professional endeavors. So with that being said, since his arrival at Clash at the Castle in 2022, Solo Sikoa has consistently been involved in WWE's biggest moments and biggest matches. He's been victorious in War Games. He's repeatedly enforced the Bloodline's will to maintain Roman Reigns' status as undisputed WWE Universal Heavyweight Champion.
I brought Solo in as an insurance policy. Solo was here to protect me. Solo was here to maintain the promised land. He's violent. He's strong, he's fast, he's all those things. And he betrayed me. Any man who would betray me must be a very dangerous man.
Solo defeated John Cena. Solo elected to betray your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, in an attempt to bestow upon himself the title of tribal chief. when I refused to acknowledge Solo as my tribal chief. You are not my tribal. He, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu put me through a table in Madison Square Garden. And that led to opportunities to compete for the undisputed WWE Heavyweight Championship. It's led to more visibility with Solo's Rogue Bloodline ruling over SmackDown. Every choice Solo made only furthered his standing in WWE. He has the bloodlust of the wild Samoans, the brutality of his cousin Yokozuna, and the single-minded focus of Roman Reigns, all rolled into one. There is no question the future is his for the taking, and that he will be champion many times over, and that he may set records of his own before it's all said and done. Few men have so quickly served notice to all of WWE in the manner that Solo Sikoa has done. Whether you want to acknowledge him or not is irrelevant. One way or another, Solo Sikoa forces you to do just that, or you will suffer severe consequences. One by one, each and every single superstar on the WWE roster is going to find that out. Solo will make sure of it. I, of course, will simply await any and every opportunity for your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, to teach Solo some manners. Until that happens, though, we are taking you back to the one-year anniversary special for NXT 2.0, which saw then North American champion Carmelo Hayes, and indeed, he is him, issue an open challenge. Unfortunately for the future superstar, it was to be answered by Solo Sikoa, and things went as well for Hayes as you can probably guess. Showcase the unrelenting fury that has made Solo Sikoa nearly unstoppable, and defeat Carmelo Hayes to earn Solo his first championship victory. It won't be easy against Carmelo, especially when he has Trick Williams watching his back. And if you make one mistake against the champ, he'll take his shot and most likely hit nothing but net.
Here comes the A-Champ.
The following contest, scheduled for one fall, is for the NXT North American Championship. Accompanied by Trick Williams, he is the NXT North American Champion, Carmelo Hayes.
What? This place is shaking!
We never thought we'd see Sikoa again.
His opponent, from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Solo Sikoa!
And Solo is dressed to fight, too. I really didn't think we'd see him again.
We saw him at Clash at the Castle 10 days ago, where he cost Drew McIntyre the WWE Universal Championship.
Well, as far as I'm personally concerned, Sikoa isn't welcome around here. Melo needs the night off.
Well, Melo talks about wearing the biggest crown in the WWE, but it's Sikoa who sits at the biggest table in WWE.
Well, he wasn't exactly invited.
Now, this is a surprise. Carmelo Hayes seemingly had no challenger for his North American title, but Solo Sikoa just showed up here and said, "I got next."
Thank goodness, Melo had an opponent chosen by the NXT Universe as they voted for Wes Lee. But Melo and Trick brutally attacked Lee backstage. Now we're being spared a Melo-bration and getting a real match.
And I would have never expected Sikoa to show up. He just joined the Bloodline on SmackDown, and now he's in the main event of NXT. Can the Bloodline get even more gold tonight? Agonizing.
You got to imagine that Roman Reigns, the Usos, even Paul Heyman are watching this match closely right now.
Oh, absolutely, Cole. We're talking about the man who has held the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship for 744 days. And the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, the Usos, who've held those titles for 422 days.
Record-breaking reigns in both singles and tag team competition. If Solo captures the North American title tonight, who knows how long he'll keep it for?
Got to be a tough situation for Carmelo Hayes here. He's up against an opponent
on the apron. What?
Williams looking unable to get a leg up in this match.
And it looks like Solo has all the answers for Carmelo.
And Sikoa sent toward the ropes, and Carmelo Hayes with a kick right to the midsection. Melo taking it to Sikoa here.
The power of Solo just a little too much for the A-Champ in this instance.
What a chop.
Trademark viciousness. Lack of mercy. That's what Solo Sikoa is all about.
Into the corner. Big splash by Sikoa. Melo in trouble. Sikoa. Trick Williams making sure Melo got out of harm's way. Well, at least momentarily.
Yeah, momentarily is right. Sikoa continuing to inflict more punishment on the champ.
And Hayes takes out Williams on the outside. Solo standing strong.
Solo not allowing the presence of Trick Williams to distract him whatsoever.
Solo has the mindset to destroy anyone in the way of him and the NXT North American champ.
On the apron. Whoa, what a landing.
Solo continues to maintain the advantage.
And the power of Sikoa proving too much for Hayes right now.
Up and down. What a gourd buster.
Let me point out that this is brutally unfair to the A-Champ. He prepared for Wes Lee or a night off. Now he's not getting either? This is ridiculous. The advantage is clearly in the hands of Solo Sikoa, who's had something up his sleeve all night.
Well, I think Melo is regretting the attack on Wes Lee earlier tonight.
Hayes regrets nothing. Don't you dare second-guess the A-Champ, Saxton.
Solo reverses and look. And would you look at that? He just let go of a submission.
Maybe looking to end this thing.
Can they step through? Yes. Boston finds the ropes to force a break.
A prime example of why you need to know where you are at all times. Solo has him hooked.
Spinning Solo.
Sikoa just absolutely late.
Rearing way back. There's a Samoan spike. Ouch. The challenger clearing a path to the title.
And into the corner he goes.
You got to be impressed by both Solo Sikoa and Carmelo Hayes. They've taken NXT 2.0 by storm over the last year.
Yeah, since the shift to NXT 2.0, Melo has spent over 9 months as NXT North American. Big uppercut rocks the jaw of Carmelo Hayes. Ripped out of the corner.
Looking to put him away, and now Trick Williams up on the apron, causing a distraction.
Trick paying dividends. Ooh. First 48.
And that could be the turning point for the North American champion.
Oh, Samoa drop by Sikoa. Cover now for the win. Hayes kicks it too.
And Williams once again on the apron.
You can see how concerned Trick Williams is that Carmelo Hayes' championship hopes, might be fading away.
Super kick drops Williams. Hayes picked out of the sky.
What a spinning solo!
Is that it for Carmelo Hayes? Trick is out. Carmelo is dazed. Here's... winding up. Boom! Samoan spot. The challenger comes up big. What the? Sikoa is the new champion.
Here is your winner, and new NXT North American Champion, Solo Sikoa!
Solo is your new champion. And is the North American title now going to SmackDown? This has to be the most unpredictable era in WWE history.
You know Sikoa was given his marching orders from the head of the table. Don't leave NXT without the gold. Well, mission accomplished.
I ain't doing this one. We can have all the fun we want with these video games and this showcase, and these fantasy matchups like Offensica versus Bubba Ray and Diva. I'm not doing shtick about Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. That's a little too volatile. And it's way too personal for Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins came up together in the Shield. And Seth Rollins took it upon himself to disband the Shield by blindsiding Roman Reigns with a chair. At WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns, in the main event of WrestleMania, was about to win the WWE title when Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank and stole the main event, the match, and the title from Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns lost the undisputed championship after almost 4 years, the greatest title reign of all time, to Cody Rhodes. Not because Cody Rhodes was the better man, but because Seth Rollins was right there. And the seduction, the bloodlust that Roman Reigns had for that moment of revenge was too much for Roman Reigns to give up. And for the first time in Roman Reigns' life, he took his eye off the ball for that much time and smashed Seth Rollins with a chair, the same way Seth did a decade earlier to Roman. And that moment gave Cody Rhodes all he needed to end the most historic title reign in WWE history. I'm supposed to do shtick about Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for a showcase? I mean, it's smart, because the next time Roman Reigns steps into the ring with Seth Rollins will be the last time Seth Rollins steps into a ring. Next time Roman Reigns gets his hands on Seth Rollins, you won't have your architect anymore. You won't have your visionary anymore. You won't have your revolutionary anymore. You will have your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, but you'll never again have Seth freaking Rollins. Roman Reigns will put an end to Seth Rollins in WWE. And then the only way you'll ever be able to see Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins will be in the WWE 2K25 showcase. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins from the 2022 Royal Rumble. And that's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
The big question as we kick off Royal Rumble, will Roman survive tonight?
Well, the man who's walking down the aisle here. Look at this. Even more mind games from Rollins. As we heard that music pop right there, the Shield, you can't help but have a little nostalgia. You can't help but think back to the glory days of when the Shield would go to town, beating everybody down. Until that man right there, Seth freaking Rollins, decided to tear it apart.
Seth Rollins says he knows Roman Reigns so well. He knows how to prey on the insecurities of the Universal Champion. He knew there was one thing that Reigns will never get over, and that is that Seth Rollins chose to end the Shield.
The infamous blow to the back of Roman Reigns with a steel chair many years ago, which broke up perhaps the greatest faction in WWE history. Well, tonight, Rollins will use that to get in the head of the champ and win the Universal title.
It's been interesting watching Reigns throughout these introductions. The Royal Rumble Premium Live event kicks off with a match between two former brothers. Roman Reigns in his record 516-day reign as Universal Champion versus Seth Rollins, donned in the old gear that they used to wear in the Shield.
Rollins looks very comfortable in that tactical vest yet again.
But he's even more comfortable inside the head of the Tribal Chief. We haven't seen Roman with this type of look, this type of confusion in 500-plus days.
Referee in the way. Even before Seth put his gear on, he came into this match with a clear-cut advantage.
Oh, look out. It's on now.
And a well-timed counter.
Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out.
It looks like we've got ourselves a brawl here. Ooh.
Exhaustion setting in, and neither one of them is letting up.
Ooh.
Working the midsection there.
Boom, right in the button.
Got him in the corner now. Shoulder to the stomach.
Roman certainly seems out of his comfort zone right now, guys.
Reigns and his comfort zone aren't even in the same zip code tonight, Cole. Unless he can snap out of it fast, he's going to make a mistake that Rollins will capitalize on.
Shoulder tackle. Gentlemen, for 17 months, Roman Reigns has dominated. He had special counsel and cousins to help him stay in control, to keep his cool, to concentrate on the business at hand. But now Paul Heyman is gone, and the Usos are barred from ringside.
Without those calming forces, cracks have started to show. Every comment Rollins has made about their past cuts deeper. Every mind game breaks Roman's spirit even further. This might be the toughest physical battle the Tribal Chief has faced, but it definitely is his toughest mental battle.
Seth losing any command of this match.
The power and rage of the Tribal Chief is just overwhelming Rollins here.
Arm smash in the corner.
Clothesline to the pin.
Title on the line.
Champ's in trouble.
Strong kick out from the resilient champion.
It's unthinkable. Someone
by Reigns.
Consider your title dreams dashed after that.
2, 3, no, 2 count. Title still on the line.
believe it. How did the challengers survive that?
By the skin of their teeth. And don't expect the champ to start going easy on him now.
Reigns now realizing that he's facing an even tougher level of opponent than usual tonight.
Powerbomb. Reigns so close to finishing this, he can taste it. Ending Rollins and closing the book on the Shield will be his biggest victory yet.
Carrying the opposition. What's the thought here?
Oh, man, this might be it.
2. He just might regret this decision. Rollins lands hard ringside. Headed out of the ring, but the count is looming.
Oh, man, meeting the barricade.
Delivered into the barricade.
Slides under the ropes. Back into the ring. And now headed to the outside.
His mind is turning. Might be close to the end.
Boom! Right to the jaw. You can pick up your teeth in section 112. Having trouble making it to a vertical base, and it looks like it's only going to get worse.
That hit connects from Roman Reigns.
Oh, that is going to leave a mark. Reigns in the corner, ready to strike.
Spear!
Champ close to ending it here.
Big elbow drop.
Guys, I think he just got busted open.
Oof, yeah, that does not look good.
Can he continue like this? Into the pin.
His arm showing off the mat before 1.
I'm just as shocked as everyone else, Cole, his opponent included.
Good technique reversing Rollins.
I hate to say this, but the Tribal Chief has become extremely frazzled without the benefit of having the Bloodline by his side.
Every little move Rollins makes seems to put Reigns on edge. This outfit, the Shield's entrance music. I bet if Rollins gave him a fist bump, it would make the Tribal Chief go nuclear. Reigns, Rollins, both men are waging an epic battle.
For years, these Shield brothers would go town to town and beat the competition to a pulp. Tonight, they're doing it to each other. And a stomp to the gut.
Big reversal by Rollins. Now hooking him up. Face buster.
The Tribal Chief has been dominant over the last 516 days since he captured the Universal Championship. Month after
follows up, shoulders down. There's 2. Barely kicks out.
What do you have to do to put this guy away?
Into the ring again now.
Reigns has his opponent in a fireman's carry and rotates over for a flapjack.
oh my goodness.
Ah, what a smash.
That is just insulting.
Just grounding and pounding.
Vicious, just disrespectful.
Ooh, devastating kick.
He's lining him up. And Reigns unleashes the Superman punch.
Absolutely laid Rollins out. And now Reigns can finally overcome his former Shield brother.
Taking things to the outside, but got to make sure to heed the officials' count.
Reigns hits it!
And there it is. The title's not going anywhere tonight. I don't even think Roman's aware of where he is anymore. He has tunnel vision for Rollins. The only thing the Tribal Chief is seeing right now is red. And heaven have mercy on Reigns, old Shield brother now.
Head of the table, and Seth freaking Rollins are at war right now.
Bombs being thrown.
Oof. That'll teach him not to showboat in the middle of a match.
Reigns just imposing his will right now. And here's Reigns now, misses wildly with the clothesline attempt. Spear! Spear by Reigns! Roman Reigns from out of nowhere with a spear!
That could end it for Rollins if Roman could just make the cover.
Roman trying to fight through the pain. Oh my, guys. Guys, look at what Rollins is doing.
After all these two have been through, Rollins wants that Shield fist bump.
Reigns shaking it off as Rollins continues to try to play mind games.
Yeah, but that may have triggered a litany of emotions within the Tribal Chief. Reigns unsure of what to do.
Roman Reigns determining what to do now. Will he slay his former brother? Reigns now. Look, gonna lock in the guillotine. Submission
well, there's
move
your
locked
answer.
in. Submission move locked in.
Rollins in major peril right now. Rollins looking like he's starting to fade.
Seth trying desperately to make it to the bottom rope.
I'm not sure he can make it, Corey.
Trying to make it to the rope to force some sort of break. Seth trying to hang on. How can he do this here? Is Rollins going to tap here? What's Rollins going to do? Is he going to tap out?
Well, he makes it to the rope. Reigns has a 5 count to break the hold.
And Reigns breaks the hold here. Roman breaks the hold, and this match continues.
It just shows you how locked in Roman Reigns is to winning this match. Rollins just motionless now. Roman had that guillotine locked in far too long.
Well, the oxygen slowly circulating through Seth again, but I feel it's just a matter of time. The fun and games Rollins has been playing. Superman punch by Reigns.
Finish things off. There's the spear by the Tribal Chief.
And going for the pin.
And Reigns retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns has finally done it. Finally earned that title defense against Seth Rollins. Finally exorcised the ghost of the Shield.
It looks like a huge weight has been lifted from the shoulders of the Tribal Chief. Roman may never forgive Rollins, but now he can forget him.
I'm the last guy to knock a revolution. I've led a few of those, you know. I admire revolutionaries. I respect evolutionaries. They are the lifeblood of the bloodline. So when Solo Sikoa seized the moment and became the Tribal Chief in Roman Reigns' absence, I didn't like it. I don't even think I respected it. But something deep down in me admired it. That took some forward thinking. I'm the chief now! Now we all know what happened. when the OG bloodline, led by Roman Reigns, faced the new Rogue bloodline, led by Solo Sikoa, in the War Games. But there was a discussion here while planning the WWE 2K25 showcase that has me, your wise man, admittedly a little intrigued. What if War Games was limited to only OG bloodline, no honorary uses, versus Solo's Rogue bloodline, no honorary uses? It's 4-on-4 Roman Reigns. The Usos, Sami Zayn, versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and the most dangerous new competitor WWE has ever seen, the Samoan werewolf Jacob Fatu. What happens then? This is your moment to determine who is the real bloodline. This is your moment to determine who is the only bloodline. This is where the bloodline's legacy and the bloodline's future is in your hands.
The following contest,
The bloodline is in chaos. This wrestling dynasty is on the brink of collapse.
This conflict goes far beyond acknowledgement, Michael. This man and the original bloodline are fighting for their livelihood.
introducing first, from
The original bloodline was created with the wisdom of the elders, but this man and the new bloodline are destroying what was built.
Well, this conflict was unfathomable until now. The new bloodline is ready to hunt.
and from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 200
And gentlemen, it is time for Bloodline War Games. Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn versus Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu.
Both of these sides have a deep and abiding hatred for one another. Solo felt he was held down. His crew never called up during Roman's time as the tribal chief.
Most of the men on Roman's side were unceremoniously removed from the bloodline courtesy of Solo Sikoa. And those who weren't have faced continued attacks from the new bloodline.
And the winners tonight are very likely to be considered the true bloodline by the WWE Universe. Let's see who comes out on top tonight. Elbow drop. Got to be a bit tough for Jay to stand up amongst this team. Some close allies, but some enemies he's yet to forgive.
We've seen the wars that Jay has waged with his cousin Roman, with his brother Jimmy, but he needs to put that aside tonight.
And Jay has the title wins and big victories that... From the top! Diving! Headbutt!
Before War Games officially starts, what do you guys think is the key to the old school bloodline coming out?
Every one of these men is a proven main eventer, Michael, but that won't be enough if they can't stay on the same page.
Yeah, and given how united Solo's team is, I don't think even the Mount Rushmore of WWE can handle the new bloodline.
Roman and his crew need to remember what bonded them, what made their team Uzi, and work as a real team just one last time. What a clothesline!
8 men in this war, but one seems to be fighting his own internal battle. That man, Jimmy Uso.
He's currently on Team Roman, but this might be an instance of the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Well, Jimmy had clashes with Roman. He went to war with his brother Jay, but the men who put Jimmy on the shelf for months stand across the ring. Jimmy's out for every member of Solo's squad tonight, and we'll deal with the rest of his fractured family later.
We can't be far from the finish line now.
Uso, brilliant kick.
Uso with the Uso splash!
Well-placed kick.
Ouch. Manages to reverse it. Boom! Solo Sikoa's group at a decided disadvantage. His side has less experience inside the structure.
But look at how young and hungry Team Solo is. In particular, Tama Tonga is a real wild card. He's like a hyena locked in a cage with a bunch of raw meat.
I even asked Tama backstage if he was looking forward to this match, and he just said to me, yeah.
Great journalism there, Byron.
Thanks, Michael.
Mere seconds away from evening the odds in War Games.
Tonga Loa now entering the fray of Bloodline War Games.
Ooh, just bouncing off the turnbuckle.
Tossed clear across that gap and crashing down into the opposite ring.
If there's one man here with the most to prove, it's got to be Tonga Loa.
We've often seen that the man with the most...
Oh, a kick from Sami Zayn.
Can Jacob Fatu come back from that? Sami Zayn, Blue Thunder Bomb.
Jay looking a little less than main event after that one.
Tonga Loa putting some punishing offense on display. And Zayn connects with a Helluva kick.
Has Sami ended it there?
Big forearm. Old bloodline, new bloodline. Both sides engaging in a brutal...
Look at the dangerous height here.
No way! Gravy from the peak of the steel cage. Can you imagine the force of that landing?
Solo Sikoa, leader of the new bloodline, has called himself the head of the table. Called himself the tribal chief.
When he asked the WWE Universe to acknowledge him, we're hearing more and more of the crowd agree.
The Solo has grown in power with big wins and title reigns, but this is his biggest test yet. If his crew can defeat Roman's, Sikoa will be everything he says he is and more. Oh, God.
As if the numbers advantage wasn't enough, looking under the ring for a weapon now.
Samoan drop.
And that toss got some hang time. The odd man in, and he's looking for an ace up his sleeve now.
And now having to deal with that weapon is like going up against two competitors at once.
I think tonight is going to be a breakout performance from Jacob Fatu. So much raw talent in that young man.
Every bloodline member, new and old, is a generational athlete. But Jacob seems to be a step ahead of every...
Sami Zayn, take down. And Tonga Loa gets cut down there.
Oh, a nasty stop to finish it off.
The arm absorbing the damage.
And we're starting to see the effect of those continued attacks to the core.
Yeah, I think this is going to take more than ice to recover from.
And guys, this is what War Games is all about. Both bloodlines leaving it in the way.
The old guard and new school trading their biggest shots in one of the most dangerous environments in all of WWE. Tama Tonga looking to get wild inside War Games alongside his bloodline. Closed fist punch to the jaw. That's one way to break up a move.
Sami Zayn grew so much as a member of the Bloodline, it really gave him a sense of self-worth.
Yeah, but part of that self-worth came from defying Roman. From will Jey end this? Oh my heavens! We just saw a human split in half.
So much damage has been done to the body. I don't think this can carry out.
Yeah, I know this is about honor, but you have to think about your double team. Nasty. Sent him clear into the other ring.
Heading to the top now.
Top rope.
And it's Jey Uso.
Jey can seal it here.
What energy in the arena tonight. OG Bloodline leader Roman Reigns has so much on the line in this one, guys.
Soto's opponent took his seat at the head of the table. He says he's the new tribal chief.
And that is Roman's legacy. Those names, this group, they mean something. But the Bloodline represents all that Roman has built in his career. And he needs to take it back tonight.
Only seconds away from giving their team the numbers advantage.
Crowd on their toes. This is what it is all about.
And the tribal chief is now entering Bloodline War Games. Both wrists captured. Boom! Good night. What a knee. Does Jimmy have any fight left?
And walking through.
Flying.
And looking at Jey Uso. Turns that in his favor.
There's some power. Jacob's planning something here. DDT. Did Jacob Fatu get enough of it? Both wrists captured. Tonga Loa put a stamp on this one. Take off. Up into the... Come on!
And that can vanquish.
And now here's Jimmy Uso.
Jimmy might have just finished things.
He's really throwing all the damage he's taken up till now.
Trash can right to the dome.
Treating him like trash. Adding insult to injury.
That's yours in your head.
Counting down the seconds as this match gets closer to being even. He just got sent flying into the opposite ring.
And now the new tribal chief, Solo Sikoa, joining Bloodline War Games. Stiff kick. Boom!
Searching under the ring, thinking something there can give their team a boost. Every attack is lingering even longer right now.
And in these situations, it's hard to not.
Uso, meanwhile, it's Jimmy.
Jimmy with a game ender.
He tosses him over and into the other ring. He's going onto the apron. He must certainly have a plan here.
And his body seems to be their preferred target.
Even the teams are looking under the ring for a little extra insurance.
Man, a long forearm on point. From way up. Hold on here. What good reason does he have to be climbing up the cage? Uso. Teams even, doors locked. Welcome to the match beyond. From here on out, anything goes. Oof, kick finds it.
Basement drop kick. Picked up and being carried around now. Now looking at Jey.
Will Jey end this?
Oh, Jey Uso.
Oh, catches a kick to the face. He is trying to get up, but it is not going well.
And it was offense with universal purpose. Locating for Zayn there.
This certainly isn't going to help Sammy's paranoia if things stay this way.
My goodness. There's the cover. Wait a minute.
Feet out on the ropes.
The muscle memory got to be taken over now.
Tonga goes for the pin.
He's nailed it.
Now Jimmy.
Jimmy leaves an opening, framing him up. He's got a picture-perfect opportunity here.
Ringo about to end this fight.
And that was a heck of a heave we just saw.
Into the cover. The feet are on the ropes.
Team Roman wins the War Games.
The new bloodline has fallen.
Here are your winners, Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and Sami Zayn.
Okay, a little bit out of character for your wise man, but that was a little bit difficult for me to watch. Seeing this family splinter into two groups, fighting against each other, it breaks my dark heart. But they're all grown men, and you settled the issue. Now let's give Solo credit. Forming Team Solo was, of course, his usual backup of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa, the sons of Haku, feared as one of the baddest men to ever walk planet Earth. Along with them, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu, son of Tama, also known as TK All Day, the Tonga Kid, another fearsome competitor from WWE's golden era. But did you know that Haku and Tama once comprised one of WWE's most impressive tag teams? Haku had been considered family by the Dynasty for years on end, and his teaming with Tama, brother of Rikishi, solidified this for eternity. The Islanders were a formidable test for any tag team in WWE in the late 1980s, competing against teams like the Hart Foundation and the British Bulldogs. Initially fan favorites, the two would embrace a more hard-nosed approach and even teamed up with WWE Hall of Famer Bobby the Brain Heenan, finding even more success. The team flawlessly merged aerial excellence, martial arts mastery, and some good old-fashioned Islander grit. Perhaps their most infamous moment saw them actually dog-nap Matilda, mascot of the British Bulldogs, showing that they were willing to do literally anything to throw opponents off their game. Both men are still revered today as two of the real legit tough guys in the industry, names that instill fear simply upon mention, and they absolutely taught their children well. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa both love to slowly brutalize an opponent in the traditional Haku style, while Jacob Fatu hurls his body at opponents from all angles with reckless abandon, much like Islander Tama in his TK All Day heyday. For their inclusion in the 2K25 showcase, we find the Islanders in a dream match, taking on another team that has mastered the air, ground fighting, and has their own brand of swag that keeps opponents guessing at all times. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the Street Profits. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins have put together one hell of a run in WWE, and the perennial tag team champions are going to find themselves in an unfamiliar setting, taking on Haku and Tama in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. Anyone can sneak a win out, but Haku and Tama often competed in this type of match to fully demonstrate the superiority to their opponents. And you can bet that they're out to do the same thing to Angelo and Tez. So get out there and showcase the tag team mastery that the Islanders used to terrorize their opponents. Lift your party cups and take one last sip for the Street Profits. And don't worry, no one will hold you responsible for the damage you and the Islanders caused them. Because I assure you, the Islanders can handle the smoke.
The Street Profits had better be ready for what's coming.
Tez and Dawkins have to be ready to deal with any shortcut the Islanders can find.
And their opponents, accompanied by Bobby Heenan, at a combined weight of 499 pounds, Tama and Haku, the Islanders.
We know the Islanders.
The Islanders versus the Street Profits in a best-of-3 falls match. This matchup represents two teams who want to rule the tag team division and have sharpened their offensive arsenals so one move can put away any opponent.
The Street Profits swag levels are at an all-time high, and they told the Islanders they want the smoke.
This is the best Street Profits we've ever seen, but the Islanders are exceptionally dangerous. And don't forget their secret weapon in the form of Bobby the Brain Heenan.
2 out of 3 falls matches are a unique test. Corey, break it down for us. What's going through the Profits' minds here?
Well, Tez and Dawkins cannot allow themselves to get frustrated, because if you lose your cool, you lose your focus, and you start to make mistakes.
There's a little more room for error in a multi-fall match, but not much when the competition level is this high.
Oh, man.
Something that Tez and Dawkins need to watch out for tonight is the presence of Bobby the Weasel Heenan. He'll do anything for his clients.
Don't you dare disparage the Brain, Saxton. Heenan is indeed a wise man who has quickly brought the Islanders up the ranks. They'll be tag champions in no time. Big power slam.
One step ahead there.
Back and forth, counter after counter.
Look at this.
Snap suplex.
Just a dominant display.
Thunderous power slam.
And into the count. No, he kicks out.
He's not even close to being done yet.
We're watching two great teams at work right now, but with the talent at this level in the ring, you have to wonder, are there any possible breakout single stars here?
Every one of these men has that sort of potential, Michael. I mean, Montez Ford has had moments of single success, competing in many high-profile matches on his own.
Though you'd be doing a great disservice to Angelo Dawkins, who has an equally impressive skill set should he go solo. And of course, both Islanders competed separately for a time in WWE before joining up, so you know that Tama and Haku can once again dominate as single stars.
Up in the corner.
A 2 out of 3 falls match is a different beast and a bit of a rarity in tag team competition. But one of these teams actually has a bit of a history with this stipulation.
Yeah, Cole, the Islanders have a history of success in multi-fall matches and in high-profile situations, no less. They competed in the main event of the first Royal Rumble event in this kind of match and won it in 2 straight falls.
They also won a 2 out of 3 falls match on Saturday night's main event. Bottom line, the Islanders are more than ready for this. Hopefully, the Street Profits are quick learners.
Drop kick. Tag made. So many accolades for Dawkins and Ford. Triple Crown Tag Team Champions, multiple WrestleMania wins. This win could be another major feather in their caps.
It could be, but for the Islanders, all those accolades are motivation. Haku and Tama know they're the best tag team around, so they want to knock off the Profits and prove it. Then maybe they'll get the respect they rightfully deserve. Crossbody. Oh, man. Karate chop. My God, the Islanders continuing the assault. Blast off. Nobody home. And Dawkins channeling his energy here, getting the fresh partner in here. And here we go. Look, I get that the Islanders are brutal, but when I look at Haku, I kind of see something royal about him. Are you kidding me, Saxton? Haku's a big, mean dude who loves to brawl. Nothing about him says royalty.
Though Bobby Heenan does seem intent on taking the Islanders to the top of WWE, perhaps becoming king of the ring, is on that path.
From the heavens.
Going back.
Oh, look out. Boom. Shows great wherewithal there.
The Street Profits having a bit of trouble here against the Islanders.
There's just something about the Anawahi family that Tez and Dawkins can't quite overcome.
From the heavens, look out below! Trying to do as much damage as humanly possible.
But at what cost? To the skies!
Good Lord, taking flight.
Coming down on their opponent like a sack of bricks. We thought it was going to be the Street Profits going to the air this often.
The Islanders beating Angelo and Montez at their own game now.
Placing him in the...
The Islanders make the tag. Haku and Tama planning something big here. Double team Savate kick. And the Islanders just sent the Profits up in smoke.
Roll up here. Here's the fall in this one. Connects. Saw it coming.
Elbow puts an end to that. Tag made. The Islanders, what do they have planned here? Oh, Savate kick drops their opponent.
The Profits are down.
Does he get him here?
Second fall for the Islanders, and they beat the Profits.
Here are your winners, Tama and Haku, the Islanders.
What a matchup. The Islanders met the Street Profits at every turn in the air and the ground. This loss is going to hurt Dawkins and Ford for a long time.
Look, we saw tremendous tag teams do what they do best, but only one could win. And the Islanders stepped up and got the job done. Tama and Haku just proved they are...